Slop Fox Direct? Is it? Well, don't tell me. I don't know if it's good or not. I literally saw this on the my YouTube the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's like, was it yesterday? I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, there was a Star Fox Direct. Like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. So we're gonna watch it, and all that stuff. And yeah, it was announced 5 minutes before it came out. That makes sense. Cause I was like, what the like I didn't hear nobody say anything about this shit. So it was all just kind of like it just all came out of nowhere. So it's like, what the hell, man? What the hell? But yeah, let's watch it. It's only 16 minutes, not that long. Yeah, we will check this out. I guess I'm excited. I do like Star Fox. I do like some Star Fox. I've played most of the Star Fox games, but Miyamoto here in 5 minutes, I will give you a Star Fox Direct. Hope you enjoy. No sound. Oh, there's no sound. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'm still trying to adjust everything. Hold up. Is it this one? I think it's. I think it's this one. Hold on.
Hello everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Last month, we released the Super...
Okay, so is that working? Is that right? Okay, that now there's sound. Okay. Hello, Miyamoto. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and watch it. I hope it's gonna be something good. I don't know. It looks the little picture on the front looks pretty cool. So let's see.
Super Mario Galaxy movie, which was enjoyed by many people.
Just watch. Okay.
To everyone who saw it in theaters, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I did see it in
The movie
theaters.
features a certain character who isn't part of the Super Mario series.
That's right. Everybody was thinking, yo, it's Smash Brothers, bro.
Trying to go to the most dangerous place in the galaxy. Who are you? Don't ask
But it's close, I guess.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't. Fox McCloud, leader of the legendary Star Fox team. I only care about three things: keeping the Lilat system safe, fighting with my buds, and doing extremely dangerous barrel rolls. Let's go. Then one day, my warp drive exploded, blew a giant hole in the fabric of space and time, and I got sucked into a different universe. That's what I get for making a frog my engineer. Now I roam your galaxy, trying to find a way home. Doing good when the price is right. Oh, I also have cool space boots.
Now that's the backstory of the guy who's going to take us to the space junk galaxy.
That's right. The main character from the Star Fox series, Fox McCloud, makes an appearance. Now, Fox and his wingmen return in their own Nintendo Switch 2 game.
Okay.
This game is called Star Fox.
Okay.
Now, I'll pass it
Just
over
Star
to
Fox?
Koizumi-san. Koizumi-san.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi. From here on, I will be your host for this presentation.
Just Star Fox.
Star Fox
That's
is based
weird.
on the Nintendo 64 game Star Fox 64, but the visuals have been completely updated.
Wait.
All of the characters in the game have also been redesigned.
So it's just a remake of Star Fox 64? Hey, Cinderella. Hello. It's just a remake of... Okay. Hold on. This is a remake of Star Fox 64? Star Fox 64 is basically a remake of the original Star Fox. So that's kind of weird too. Like, what? That's the fourth Star Fox 64 remake? It's like the fifth Star Fox remake. Star Fox 64 is almost like a remake of the original Star Fox on SNES. So that's really, really strange. I don't understand, bro. Hold on. We're gonna keep watching, but oh my, I don't know what it is with Star Fox, but for whatever reason, it feels like they're stuck with this one game. It just feels like they just cannot move past the first game for whatever reason. Out of the 10 Star Fox games launched, 5 of them are... Yeah, that's the thing. All of them are like remakes. And I don't understand why. It's so weird. I don't get why they keep doing this. Like, you guys can progress the story. You know that, right? So this is really strange. If this is literally another remake of Star Fox 64, why? Why, bro? I hope... What I'm hoping, too, is that maybe what they'll do is maybe they will actually... Well, if this performs well... maybe they'll make a sequel or something. I don't know. I'll watch it. Oh my goodness, this is weird though. This looks really good though. Holy fuck, this looks good. Damn, this looks incredible. I'll be honest.
Atmospheric entry complete.
Fox looks kind of strange. He almost looks like an actual fox, like his proportions. G-Diffusers, is that what that is? It performs well. They will make Star Fox 64 Part 2. G-Diffusers, boy, let's go G-Diffusers.
So far, so good.
Yo, wait, yeah, like they look. I feels like
G-Diffuser seems fine.
their animal features are like really prominent.
Enemy targets up ahead.
You know, they look way more of the animals than they are like anthropomorphic. You know. Like, it's like they're taking on a lot of animal features a lot more. These designs. Yeah, they're super realistic, yeah.
The same, the visuals have received a major upgrade.
Okay.
Slippy, stay in formation.
Banter between characters is also back.
Now you've done it, Slippy. Bogey on your tail.
Cover me.
The sound effects are all the same, too. Oh my god, bro. Damn, this is bringing me back. This is bringing me back, bro.
Hey there, General. You seem a little on edge. But as it happens, my team's
This is Fox McCloud, leader of the Star Fox Mercenary Squad.
prep the
Falco look, yeah, the Falco looks so bad. It just seems weird. Why do they all look so realistic? I don't...
Falco Lombardi is their ace pilot and Fox's rival.
Sounds perfect. There's no way Andros would expect
Who's-
us to launch an assault there. You up for another challenge, Fox?
I don't know why they decided to do this, you know?
Flippy Toad is the team's engineer
Huh.
extraordinaire.
This feels like a strange decision. Like, this is the first time they've ever done something like this with Star Fox, I feel like.
Distortions? That base is the gateway to the wider system, Fox.
And Peppy Hare is their strategic mastermind and veteran pilot.
It's into
I have to say this. I approve. Oh, you like it, Cinderella? Anna? I guess. It's fine, I guess. It's not bad, not good.
On their shoulders.
It's weird to me. It just feels weird because it feels totally different from
Is a high-performance aerospace fighter
how it's been
piloted by
before.
Fox and his
Like, as far as how they approach the design
It's equipped with
for the
a laser.
characters.
It can also fire
The music the same too? They have the same music? I mean, it's like updated, but it's the same soundtrack.
wide area.
Oh my god. I remember this training stage so much. I would play on this training stage a lot, dude. I would just be practicing.
Fire.
Oh my god. And you go to the all range mode and stuff. Like, damn, bro, this is taking me back. Oh, the freaking, the Land Rover, Landmaster, yeah.
Vehicle called the Landmaster.
Land Rover. It's not a car. Oh yeah, this submarine thing, man.
Called the Blue Marine.
Okay, yeah, they got all this.
Piloted, depending on the mission.
Pretty crazy. Are they gonna have the on foot mode?
First planets.
If you clear all this stuff in the game in the multiplayer, you get an on foot mode. You can run on foot and do the multiplayer. It's funny.
Is a planet teeming with life and the beating heart of the
You're thinking of getting a Nikki Cinderella statue? Oh shit! I mean, you know, if you like her that much, you might as well. It's probably expensive though.
Most of its surface covered
I think
with
it's
ice,
better if they
snow.
stick with the art style. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't really like the realistic stuff too much.
Second star.
I feel like it kind of takes away, not takes away, but
Is a
it's,
deserted, polluted
it just feels
planet
weird.
that was stripped of all its natural resources.
Not the regular one, but the Glass Princess
There's
one.
also an asteroid
Is it
named
worth it to buy a Nikki statue?
Assistant Laser
It might be worth it. I don't know.
Inside of a nebula. From planet surfaces,
Yep, Sector 1. I remember all this shit, dude. I remember all these stages. Oh my god. I beat this game so many times on N64. Oh my gosh, man.
dogfights in all range mode.
All range mode. Let's go.
And massive
Are they gonna have online multiplayer? That would be sick.
aerial combat.
Yeah, this is definitely Star Fox 64. My goodness. Oh, Bill. I remember Bill. Oh, they have Star Wolf? What is Star Wolf gonna look like? Oh my goodness.
Shot down and other factors. The route you take through the system may change.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to choose different things. Oh man, that secret stage. Wait, what stage is this?
Find ways through that are
Oh, that's a
off the beaten
Lilat? Yeah. All the secret I remember this under the waterfall. Holy shit, this is crazy.
Falco's instincts.
You worry about your own.
Plenty of new cutscenes have also been added. These include never-before-seen mission briefings,
Foreshadowing.
allowing you to learn more about the
foreshadowing.
characters and the Star Fox universe.
Fall in, team.
Are they gonna? I mean, I hope they have the secret stages too. They have.
An expert difficulty.
Oh,
setting.
sheesh.
When playing on easy difficulty, your shield gauge will be longer, and your lasers will remain powered up. Making it ideal for
Oh.
non-violence.
Even if you destroy your wing, if you destroy your wing, does it still stay powered up? There's no way, right?
Already clear.
Hmm.
Complete a variety of objectives.
Wait. Is the map
Challenges
bigger?
to each mission
It almost
that
seemed
you
like there
will
was more
find in the
stages.
campaign.
Nice. Get little achievements.
Break through. We'll find out who's coordinating this attack.
Take on these challenges on either normal or expert difficulty.
They're adding all cut content back.
Battle mode.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, did they just say that? I'm too busy yapping. I guess I should pause. They added in all cut content. And yes, I gambled in Nikki today. I don't know what statue you're talking about. If you put it, just post it in Discord. I don't know what statue you're talking about, Anna. They just said it, man. I'm too busy yapping over on top of it. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Let me see.
Novice pilots.
Oh, the cutscene. Yeah, I heard about the cutscenes. Yeah,
You can replay stages you've already cleared.
but it's like cut content, like as far as like stages and
A
stuff.
variety of objectives that bring new challenges to each mission that you won't find in the campaign.
Defend the Allied fleet. Don't let any of them pass them.
Sadly, skin didn't get unlocked yet, nor the Anna Star skins.
Who's coordinating this attack?
Yeah, you can have to spend money for
Take on these
those.
Challenges on either normal or expert difficulty.
Battle mode. Okay, so we got the battle mode.
Dogfights.
4v4.
Players are split between Team Star Fox and Team Star Wolf.
Okay.
Earn the most points by clearing missions and taking down foes.
Okay, that sounds cool.
You can select from 3 stages, each with its own rule set. Take out opponents and seize control of the zone around the satellite towers on Corneria.
Star Fox completed the objective.
Collect as many energy crystals as you can while dodging meteorites on Ficina. Or retrieve cargo from space pirates and take it to your base in Sector Y.
Star Fox completed the objective.
Okay, that's
Private
interesting.
Matches with your friends online. Or match up with random players from around the world, making for a variety of ways to join team battles. Plus, if one person has the game, up to 4 players can take to the skies locally with game
Even on a regular Switch, that's pretty sick.
share, or online using game share via game chat.
Oh, damn, you can use game share online like that to play? That sounds crazy. That's kind of sick.
Using your Joy-Con 2 controller like a mouse, you can seamlessly swap.
Oh, nah, they put mouse controls in this shit. Oh, damn, we might be going crazy on this game.
Now you've done it, Slippy. Bogey on your tail.
Holy shit.
By sharing one of the Joy-Con 2 controllers with a second player, you can split pilot and gunner duties.
Whoa. I don't know about this one, bro. This is definitely going to be weird.
Andros sure has trashed the place.
Holy shit. It's on Discord. Look at the statue. Hold on.
I'll target the lights on the left.
Hold on. I'll check it in a second.
It's a trap. Take him down. Don't crawl back under your rock. A swarm of lowly flies.
Okay.
Get ready, team. We're approaching Venom airspace.
I mean, that's cool, I guess.
What did you think? As you just saw, Fox and
There's still a lot of
more
time
Venom-like
left.
design in this game.
What else are they gonna show?
Exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Star Fox launches June 25th.
Damn! That's next month. Is that fast? Guess the price?
This game
50,
also supports
60
character
bucks?
avatars, which let you change your face in game chat to look like a character.
Oh, so you can make your...
How do I look?
Oh, that's funny.
It doesn't just capture your head movement. Your mouth movement?
What the heck? 50 bucks? Well, that, I mean, it's just a remake, so thankfully it's not that crazy. I feel like that's reasonable for a remake. Especially a game that's been remade like so many times.
Compatible USB camera. Please give it a try.
That's pretty funny.
When using character avatars to look like a Star Fox character, friends playing other games can also see your new look.
Oh my god.
Also supports the Nintendo 64 controller.
Oh my god.
Those who play the Nintendo 64 version
Yeah.
enjoy controls that feel even closer to the original.
Damn, bro.
Since its debut on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the Star Fox series has had a long legacy on Nintendo platforms. Along that journey, it set out.
Oh yeah, Star Fox Adventures. That game was pretty fun. Man, that game was crazy.
Smash Brothers series. We're grateful that you've continued
The graphics on that Star Fox Adventures, man, with the fur. That was like the first time I seen fur like in a game like that, and they had the grass. That shit was mind blowing, bro. When that game came out on the GameCube, I was like, what the fuck? There's fur, there's grass, bro. It was like mind blowing.
which depicts a past battle.
Oh, James, yeah, James McLeod, bro.
Protagonist Fox. Thank you very much.
Okay. Cool. Oh, they got some extra shit. Okay, some new content.
Come in, Star Fox. This is Corneria Defense Force Headquarters. Do you read?
Loud and clear. James McLeod here, General. Star Fox is on approach to Venom. No indications yet of any suspicious
Yeah, with Peppy
activity.
and the pig guy.
Proceed with caution. You're the first to set eyes on that place in years. And thank you for accepting this mission, James. You're the only one I can trust.
General Pepper, do you read me? Something's jamming long-range comms. Stay sharp, team.
Are you
Yeah, the
seeing
pig
this,
guy was
James? According to my instruments, the atmosphere is highly toxic.
And we're doing this job for next
Pigma,
to
yeah.
nothing? We're supposed to be mercs, not chumps.
There's more at stake here than our bottom line, Pigma.
Yeah, sure.
General Pepper says his people have detected signs of activity on Venom's surface. He's concerned it has something to do with Dr. Andros.
It's been years since Andros was banished here, James. If the atmosphere is poisonous,
All the more reason to figure out what's going on. Dr. Andros made mistakes, and he paid the price for them. But whatever else he is a genius. Maybe he found a way to survive.
Such a bleeding heart.
where'd they come from?
Defensive formation! Pigma, where are you going?
It's like you told me. I'm getting into formation.
Jeez.
New timing swine!
What can I say? My new boss pays better.
If Star Fox Remake is realistic, that means Ocarina of Time Remake will be UE5 slop. Is this Unreal Engine 5? Is that what this is? Oh, is it? Well, that's unfortunate.
I can't shake him.
Hey, Peppy! Catch!
James!
Peppy, are you there? Come in, Peppy. Do you read me? I'm losing altitude. Peppy, you need to get out of here. Warn the general.
Not without you, James.
That's an order. And Peppy, keep an eye on Fox.
I mean, it looks and runs well, but like you said, Unreal Engine 5 slop. It's just like there's no personality, it feels like, you know? That's probably why it looks like that too. Like, why does it look like this? You know? It looks fine, I guess. It's just, you know, it feels like the arts, they can make the art style whatever they wanted to, honestly. It's just, damn, what the hell? What the fuck? Oh, I was about to say, they just posted this 9 minutes ago? That's crazy. So, Ocarina of Time, I don't think they'll do this with Ocarina of Time. I mean, maybe they will. Wait, is it? Hold on a second. These remakes, too, are they just remaking like a bunch of N64 games? Is that what they're doing now? Because they're doing Star Fox. They're doing Ocarina of Time. Are they going to like remake Mario 64, you think? That might be kind of crazy if they remake Mario 64. That'd be kind of nuts. And like, what other games? Like, I mean, there's a lot of like kind of classic N64 games. There's a lot of games they could remake, I guess, up there. Damn. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. I mean, it looks okay. It looks fine, I guess. I don't know. It's just a remake, another remake. They've remade Star Fox, the original Star Fox, so many times. Why don't you remake Star Fox 2 or something? You know what I mean? Like, that would be nice. Remake Star Fox 2. I still haven't really played Star Fox 2 either, actually. I need to, like, actually play it on the Nintendo Switch Online. I mean, that was interesting, I guess. You know, it's just, I didn't know what to expect. It just popped up. We are all getting the Star Fox. Yeah, I guess so. We're all getting it. We are all getting it. Look at this. Bad graphics make better games, actually. What the heck? Hold on.
This sunset is
Let's see this. I want to watch this.
Seeing this in real life a couple weeks ago, and yet the most memorable sunset that I've ever seen is this one.
Oh my god.
It's just a square.
In Minecraft.
You know that? A square that moves in an extremely predictable pattern, and it's maybe like 3 colors at most. But this square, the Minecraft sunset, has just as many emotions and memories tied to it as even the prettiest of sunsets that I've seen in real life, or the most realistic sunsets that I've seen in video games. That alone, as well as every other graphically simple or low poly game that I've played and loved, makes me wonder just how much good graphics really matter. Because there's been this obsession lately in the gaming world and the movie worlds and the movie adaptations of games world, because that's a thing now, with just making things look as accurate and true to life as possible. Photorealistic textures you feel like you can just reach out and touch, insanely accurate reflections and lighting. It's stunning. It's great. I mean, I love being able to be in a game world and see every single follicle of hair in someone's beard or like their head. But I can't help but wonder how many Minecraft sunsets we're missing out on in the pursuit of just mimicking real life. I think about this stuff a lot when new AAA games get announced, because over the last 20 years in particular, good graphics have become such a massive selling point. Like a reason that you should buy a game is because of the graphics. For a long time, that made sense because it was very noticeable. Crysis in 2007 was a massive leap, and then in 2015 we got The Witcher 3. That was just a graphical marvel for its time. You could throw Skyrim in there, or you could look at the progression of GTA games over time. The release of every single one of those games just made you go, wow. It was shocking to see how good things continued to get and how much more realistic graphics were getting year by year. There was always that thought of, okay, it can't get better than this. And then it always would. Nowadays, graphics are improving in such small increments that it's not really even noticeable, because there's a ceiling, and we've hit it. Realism can only get so realistic. I actually feel kind of stupid when a game's advertising how amazing the graphics are on a new console or something, and then they put them side by side. They got the little moving screen to show the difference, and you just look at it and it looks literally the exact same. Like identical. A big way that games used to stand out was just by looking better than everything else. But that doesn't really work anymore. So that begs the question, what does? What does that next step really look like? Well, I'm so glad you asked. There's two parts of the word video game, right? There's video and there's game. For years, we have focused on the video part of making things look as good as possible. But now that we're at the point where improvements barely register, and over time they're just gonna matter less, we have to focus more on the game part. The less that studios can rely on good graphics as a reason for players to buy a game, the more they'll have to make genuinely good games. We are entering what I think of as the romantic era of gaming. There was a time from the Renaissance era to neoclassicism where artists cared a lot about technical perfection. Overall accuracy, anatomy, proportions, just making things look correct. But eventually, the same as every art movement, there was a reactionary movement, and the focus shifted towards art that made you feel. Art about emotions rather than perfection. That was the romantic era, and that is what I think video games are starting to feel like now, because we're so used to seeing good-looking games. We're not abandoning good graphics and nice-looking games, but those aren't the things that stand out anymore. Now it's the personality behind games, the way it feels to explore, the way that a unique aesthetic brings you to what feels like a different universe, or the things that have just never been done before. It's really the same thing that we're starting to see with animated shows and movies now. Animation quality over the last 20 years has absolutely skyrocketed, and you are able to see an insane amount of detail on anything. I noticed this when I watched The Secret Life of Pets. The fur on these creatures is abundant. There is a lot. You can see every little follicle, and that's cool, that's fun to see, but do we need that? Compare it for a second to the more recent movie, Hoppers. The animals in this movie have fur, but it's not necessarily realistic to the textures of those animals. The beavers look like they're made of felt, and lizards look more like they're made of clay than scales. It still feels modern and high quality, but it's so much more different and fun to look at. For the record, that does not apply to the humans in this movie, because they've got that, the Grubhub art style going on. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I also noticed the same thing though with the fur texture. It's not like Hoppers, but it's also not like Secret Life of Pets. When you look at the character of Death in this movie, who's a wolf, and you look at his snout, you'll notice that it's like a painted on texture. It looks really good, and that's of course coupled with the frame rate variation that this movie has and its use of pop color. Pure realism in this case wouldn't just be unnecessary, but it would take away from what this movie's about and all the themes of life and death. It is inherently very abstract. Just because you can render every piece of hair in a movie doesn't mean you have to, because it's not real life. It's animation, it's art, or it's a game. The hair that's on Mario in the last Super Mario Odyssey movie, specifically like the promotional posters, they spark quite
the
a
game.
debate
I was like,
because
what the movie?
You can see every strand of Mario's hair. And last time I was at the movie theater and I saw the Super Mario Galaxy
His
promotional
mustache.
posters, I noticed the exact same thing. Oh, he's smooth.
The scales.
Oh, you literally can see the scales.
Oh my
Peach's
gosh,
hair
yeah.
is also so meticulously rendered. That one is just really weird when you see it in real life. The art director of Super Mario Odyssey talked about this, and he described how they just kind of decided to see Mario through this more realistic and filtered lens. When he was reflecting on how much effort it took to get this level of realism, the art director said, and I quote, "There were so many new issues we had to tackle when attempting this updated design." issues. None of these things had to be issues. Especially if this level of detail is delaying the game in the end or making it more expensive to make, which, I mean, I would bet it definitely probably is. Mario 64 Mario is just as Mario Odyssey Mario, and he is just a little hexagon with legs. This game didn't just give Mario a unique characterization that would carry on into all the later games, but it felt immersive and fun, and it didn't need good graphics for any of it. In fact, the bad graphics actually accentuated what this game was. It isn't serious, it's Mario,
I mean,
it's fun, it's whimsical.
To be fair, when this game came out, these were really good graphics, so it's important to put that in the context. These were actually really good graphics when it first came out.
Bounce
So
multiple feet in the air every time you jump, and you yell at every little opportunity. The bad graphics here were, of course, because this game came out in 1996. This was the best that they could do. But I really feel like if this game came out with the same hyper-realistic, perfectly smooth graphics that modern Mario games have, it just wouldn't hit the same. There's a sense of personality and fun that comes from seeing imperfections and seeing the limitations holding something
we're just
back
talking
from
about this too, the
realism.
remakes
Seeing all the stretch textures from so
from
many
like
of the
Star
games
Fox
in
and
this
shit.
era. At least they let your brain actually fill in the gaps of what you're looking at. Hyper-realistic textures like the grass in Mario Odyssey, you don't really get that fun. You don't get to feel like you're escaping to a fantasy world that is truly nothing like the real world. And the more that we move towards realism, the more I am gonna miss that. To any aspiring developer, that is inspiring beyond belief. To know that even a game without insane models can still be loved 20 years later when those good models become the standard. But you know what really makes games better, especially for developers? Learning how to code with BootDev, today's sponsor. BootDev is a place that you can learn to code, except it feels like a game instead of a class. So instead of watching tutorials, you're progressing through this whole RPG-style system. You're leveling up, getting XP, completing challenges, and unlocking things. It scratches that
Odyssey has an art style. Yeah, it does. It does. I agree. It does have a good art style.
In my own time, obviously, but BootDev still
But I think
things fresh,
they were just
gives me
talking
a chance to
about
learn new
like,
things that I might have
was
never
it
explored
necessary
otherwise. There are so
to
many unique activities and
was it
quests and all sorts of
necessary
fun
to
stuff.
put the individual hairs like in the you know, on his head and on the mustache or whatever? Was that necessary? It's like probably not. They probably could have simplified it, but they didn't. They just said, fuck it, we're just gonna make it super detailed. Attention to detail is good. It depends on what attention to detail, I guess. I mean, it looks, I mean, here's the thing, it looks fine, it looks good. I don't think it looks bad or anything either.
In terms of visual imperfections making a game better, I felt that firsthand pretty recently when I did the last Bracky's Game Jam. I was gonna do a whole video on it, and I might still, but I basically made this construction simulation game. You controlled two arms of a crane to try and create the pictures shown to you. The theme of this jam was strange places. So, this is Strange, like that's his name. And as you can see, he's placing. Yep. I worked on this with my friend Ari, and we have a tendency to interpret the prompts as literally as possible. But anyway, the art that I made for this game is a very wobbly, doodly style, because we didn't have a lot of time. But originally, there was no animation to anything. It was very static. It wasn't horrible, but I wasn't super proud of it, and I wanted to make it better. That threw us into a bit of a dilemma. I could spend a bunch more time trying to get nice, properly
Yeah, it depends on that games. Yeah, it just depends.
All the other gorgeous entries in this jam. Or we could just lean into the goofiness of this concept in the whole game and just redraw the same sprites on top of each other to make them wobble. Doing that gave the game a handmade look, and the messy graphics really matched the vibe. I want more games to do that so we get more Mario 64s in 2026. Art style is a tool. It is a weapon. But the blade of that weapon gets a lot duller if we try and make things realistic just for the heck of it and because we feel like we should. Instead of choosing a style and wielding that to make a visually timeless game.
Certain
like
games should be realistic. Yeah, I think she was saying that. She was saying like that's not going to go away or anything. I mean, that makes sense.
Look at this game to know what the experience is going to be like, both narratively and obviously aesthetically. It's breaking so many pixel
Yeah, what the heck is this?
of all different sizes.
This is a weird looking game.
This was so on purpose, and it's so funny. And this doesn't just apply to whimsical, funny games, right? I think about the painterly feel of Grease, or the blood-stained chaos of Ultra Kill, or
Ultra Kill.
Cuphead. everything about Cuphead. Cuphead literally hired artists to recreate 1930s animation techniques from scratch, hand-drawn, on paper, and it is one of the most standout games that I've ever seen. Now, putting that excitement aside, there's also something really cool that can happen when you combine realism with stylization. I have a lot to say about this, but we're going to start with Mirror's Edge. Okay, look at this one shot. The reflections here are very true to life. You would definitely call this realistic in the way that a lot of AAA games are. But also, look at how white everything is. And then there's this one pop of color with the yellow. And now look at the rest of the game. The bold primary colors clashing with the white background create such a cool, futuristic aesthetic that is still gorgeous and realistic, buzzword of the day, but also really recognizable. Recognizable from the graphics, not the world design. Okay? This is an important distinction, because when you look at a lot of other AAA games, they do look different, right? Red Dead Redemption 2 looks nothing like Cyberpunk. You can easily tell them apart.
You need to play, Mirror's Edge, you mean?
Because of the world itself and the combination of different pieces of art that are telling you a story. Cyberpunk takes place in a very cyber city, and Red Dead sure feels like early 1900s America.
Yeah, Mirror's Edge, yeah. That game, I think I have it on...
more complex than just looking at one red pressure valve and
I think I have it on Steam, maybe?
Breath of the Wild accomplishes a similar thing because it's very soft.
Is that game on Steam? I don't know, maybe it's not.
No strong
I know I own it, I just haven't played it, which is weird to say.
Muted, but still very luscious. Those are all decisions that definitely make it less realistic than Mirror's Edge. But when I think of this game, I can picture one tree from this game in my head.
Yeah, it looks really
good.
Sure looks
Breath of the Wild. It's from Breath of the Wild. As much as I love Red Dead, I can't do that, because a tree just looks like a tree in this game, which could be a myriad of trees in any other realistic game, unless you put it in with the rest of the world, and then it makes sense. You see what I'm saying? We get in the picture now?
Yeah, the realism. That's the problem with realism, though, is that it's not distinctive.
I love games that take the risk and really pave a unique visual identity for themselves, because it really is a risk. Going for realism, if you're a AAA studio who has the budget, is just safer. Photorealistic art, for example, looks good to most people. The average, untrained eye can look at this and go, okay, yeah, that looks nice. There's a clear metric, and realism has the most objective assessment out of probably any art style, because it's just how close...
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is a really good looking game. Tears of the Kingdom, yeah, those games look great.
They can, because it'll probably land. But art that's heavily stylized or not like anything you've seen before is so much more subjective. I think that this art from Okami is gorgeous, but I do
Okami
not
looks
like
really good
from
too.
That one like Walking Dead game. And I know that some of you guys will disagree with me on that one, because that's just the risk that comes with experimenting with style. So the next logical question here, not really, but I don't have a better question.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles.
Good graphics, more realistic graphics make you more immersed. Immersion is just how believable a world feels to a player, and how well it engages your senses to make you forget that you're sitting in a chair playing a game. That does come from realism, but that doesn't just mean graphics. The type of realism that creates immersion comes from how well
You don't like the graphics on X?
rules, even if they are fictional.
Xenoblade looks somewhat realistic, kind of, I guess. Not. The characters don't.
When the rules of magic are universal and they hold
I feel like the environments are... They definitely lean more into realism for the environments, though, for sure.
Right? Well, I put that to the test by playing Claire
But the actual characters, especially from the Wii U, it's like, damn. The character models from the Wii U were like such a freaking... They were a thing. They were a thing.
Well, when I played this game, I played it on my Steam Deck, so it looked more like this. There's a lot of funny things happening with the lighting. All the shadows are like visibly pixelated.
Oh yeah, that Steam Deck version.
I was not too sure about my decision to play on the Steam Deck for this. The graphics were honestly distracting, and I felt like it was ruining my immersion.
That's that Unreal Engine 5 right there for you.
The more that I played, the more that feeling went away. I stopped noticing the pixelated shadows. I began to see them so much that it just felt normal. If I went an hour uninterrupted, locked in, I felt just as immersed as I did on any other beautifully realistic screen. Now, eventually, I got the chance to switch over to my PC for a little bit, and my first thought, not gonna lie, was, wow, this looks a lot better. My eyes were less strained, trying to make out distant pixels on the horizon. Characters that I thought were ugly were actually really hot. It was great.
What the heck?
Did you win?
No. But then there I was, an hour into playing, and the same way that I had stopped constantly noticing the bad graphics on my Steam
You feel like
Deck,
that was her
I stopped
fault? What do you?
noticing the
Oh,
good
from
graphics
playing it on the
PC.
Steam Deck,
The
you mean?
sunlight was beautiful, but eventually it became just light. Beautiful textures were something I expected. The shadows on PC weren't pixelated, and that was great, but eventually even they were just shadows. Of course, every now and then I would definitely be hit by some incredible view, and I'd pause and really admire it. But between those moments, I was no longer caught up on the video part of the term video game after all. Just the game part. That shows how good a game Clair Obscur is, but it also proved to myself that bad graphics will not affect how much I enjoy an experience. Mario 64 definitely proved that too, but Clair Obscur was not meant to be experienced this way.
After ever playing Final Fantasy 7 OG, it was like, yeah, this looks fine. Yeah,
For a gorgeous game. But the reality is
I feel like most people will get over it. I mean, you got to think, like those games were like
and that square. That little square.
cutting edge graphics when they came out. You got to understand that too. Like when those games came out, they were like mind blowing graphics. Like Mario 64 was like mind blowing. Final Fantasy 7 was mind blowing when it came out. Metal Gear Solid was mind blowing. Ocarina of Time, it was like, oh my god, look at Hyrule Field, it's so big. How did they do this? It's insane. You know, that shit blew people's minds back in the day. From just what we came from, you know.
We haven't really hit that before with a lot of media. I think a lot of cool stuff is going to come from it. But all that said, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next one.
Metal Gear looks better than Final Fantasy 7. Does it? I feel like that just depends on what you're comparing, right? Silent Hill looks great. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 just looks in general. I don't think so. From the type of game it is, you know, you got to think about that. Like Metal Gear Solid is just like a kind of a, how do you describe it? It's like a game where you're just kind of playing as one guy and you're just going through these kind of smaller areas with other guys. So they're able to kind of make the graphics reflect that. Like the graphics kind of reflect what you're doing. You know, Final Fantasy 7 is a big epic RPG where you're going to all these crazy places. So you just kind of, you know, it's like you gotta adjust the graphics for what you're actually trying to accomplish, you know. So and like I said, for what it was doing, it looked fantastic. For JRPGs, maybe, yeah, that's what I mean. Like for JRPGs, you got to think there wasn't a lot of JRPGs that used 3D models, even when that came out. Like that didn't really happen. It wasn't just the graphics though too. It's important to remember that when it comes to Final Fantasy 7, a big part of it also was the FMVs, the full motion videos, like where they had like the CG cutscenes and stuff. That was also a big part of the pull for Final Fantasy 7 because that was like, you know, people hadn't really seen that before. It was really just like, oh my god, like look at these, you know, the you know, they called it the graphics, but it was, you know, like I say, it was just like the cutscenes, the video cutscenes they had, and those are really crazy too. So people really like those as well. When you're in battle, you do the summons, and the summons are crazy. The crazy bosses, you know, like it was impressive stuff for the time, you know. Yeah, I mean the battle graphics and animations and stuff were good though. You know, they were really good. Like I said, for that time, they were really good, and they just made them even better in Final Fantasy 8. You know, they just like upgraded. They got better at it because again, it's like that was the infancy of 3D as well. It's important to remember that. Like that was some of the first 3D games, like full 3D games we were getting. Well, mostly full 3D, but you know, you gotta understand that like these, like it wasn't just what the system could handle as far as graphics. It was also the designers, the artists, like what could the designers and artists accomplish with the restrictions, and then with the tools they had. You got to think about the tools we have now to make 3D models compared to back then. Like the tools we had to make the 3D models and to animate them were so much more primitive than they are like now. You know, like they were like it was way rougher back then. It was rough back then. They were decent for their time. Yeah, that's what I mean though. I'm saying for the time when they came out, it was pretty good. Hey Kirby, how you doing? How things going? Final Fantasy 7 looks like a PS1 game would look. I guess Kingdom Hearts looks like a PS3 game. Huh? Kingdom Hearts 2 looks like a PS3 game? Nah. Kingdom Hearts 2 looked like a PS2 game. Because when the PS3 came out and people saw the graphics, they were like, oh. That was like the last big jump in graphics, honestly, was going from like that, you know, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, GameCube to like the PS3, Xbox 360, you know. That was like the last of really big jump in graphics. Like after that, when we went from like, you know, the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, the PS3 to the PS4, the jump in graphics wasn't nearly as much. That's like when those diminishing returns started happening, where it was like, like it got better, it looks better, but it's not nearly as good as it's not nearly as big of a jump as it was from the previous. Like those first generations, like every generation was like a huge jump, and then just not anymore. It's very incremental now. You're good. That's good. You can't believe your luck on Woo-Wah? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna start downloading. I'm gonna download that. I'm gonna start playing that. I'm gonna start playing that, man. Well, how Chrono Cross looks like a Chrono Cross. You think Chrono Cross looks like a PS2 game? I don't think so. It looks good. It looked good for a PS1 game, but like I said, when the PS2 came out and you saw those graphics, like it was very obvious. Like there was a massive generational leap in those graphics. Like it's like holy shit. Like they really like even with some of the first games, I'm thinking of like when the PS2 first came out, and I'm thinking of games like the Bouncer and stuff, you know? And it's like holy shit. Like that blew our, like the graphics were so crazy. It was like holy fuck. It looks like the fucking, like those graphics look like the cutscenes from like the PS1. And those were like the regular graphics, you know? Like it was absolutely insane. It was just mind blowing. Like holy fuck. How, like, and every time I remember thinking this, man, like, how can the graphics get any better than this? There's no way they could get any better than this, and they get better. Every time a new generation of consoles came out, like, these are the best graphics ever. There's no way they're going to get better than this. And they get better, and then they get better, they get better. Oh my God, that was funny. That's funny, man. Just like now it feels like okay, there's not much they can do now to get much better, you know. Now it's starting to really feel like that. But back then, man, like you got to think think about going from Nintendo to a Super Nintendo to an N64 to a GameCube, you know, like holy shit, the graphical leap every time was insane. Like holy fuck, bro, it was crazy. It was insane. It was absolutely insane, man. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm gonna start playing Woo-Wah. I'm gonna start doing that. Yeah, GameCube to Wii. Yeah, they didn't. There was not really a big. There wasn't really a leap at all, honestly. Wii to the Wii U. Yeah, that was big. The Wii to the Wii U, because the GameCube and the Wii were really similar as far as the power goes. I think the Wii was like a little bit more powerful, but not really, right? Not noticeably. But going from the Wii to the Wii U was like going from the PS2 to the PS3. That's why that jump was so big, because Nintendo kind of stopped for like a generation. They kind of stopped at a generation because Switch to Switch 2 is big. Yeah, because they're like a generation behind. You got to remember that too. Because it was like, it's not just the Wii to the Wii U. Even going from the Wii U to the Switch, it was like it was like going from the GameCube to the Wii. It was a very small, incremental kind of adjustment. Like, it was a little more powerful, but not really. You know, it kind of had like a similar capabilities. Yeah, it wasn't big, but that's because they were holding back. Because there was that, what was that thing? There was a thing where it was Iwata. It was Iwata, because Iwata talked about this. He was talking about how how they started noticing when they made the Wii U, and they were going to go for the Wii. They were like doing like their little runs with the different manufacturers and trying to figure out, hey, what do we want to do with the new system? And they started to realize, hey, wait a second, like like the amount of cost to get the graphical upgrades were just too much. Like, it was becoming too much. They were starting to see the diminishing returns back then. That's why they decided to not make the Wii so powerful, because they're like, hey, like, we're seeing the diminishing returns already. Like, we don't really want to be spending this much money because the new system's going to be so expensive. And that's exactly what happened. Like, when the PS3 came out, that's part of the reason that was so expensive, because they're trying to push this new technology, new graphic technology and stuff. And it's just like, holy shit, it's so expensive, you know? Like the 360, the same thing, the generation after the Xbox One and the PS4, it's like, it's more on the more expensive side, but it was like they noticed it way back then from the Wii, that, hey, there's like these diminishing returns going on with the graphics. We kind of probably want to hold back, because it's not just, you got to remember, it's not just the cost of the machine itself, like that, like the Wii U, the components for the machine, but it's also the cost of the development. That's why development costs also started to explode, because they're trying to keep up with the technology. They're trying to keep up with, they're trying to keep up with the technology. They're trying to keep up with the graphics. And that just kind of, that just blew up the cost of the development. The development cost just exploded. A big reason is because they're trying to keep up with the graphics. Switch 2 price went up. Did it really? What's the price going to? Oh, hey, look, here it is. Okay, here we go. Switch 2 price went up. Interesting. Interesting.
Hey everyone, John here with a little bit of doom and gloom. It's Nintendo Financials Day, which means if your wife you must
$500. Damn.
Because we've got to go over the numbers.
Damn.
So since the last quarter, Switch 2 has sold another 2.49.
I guess this is so funny too, because it's like $500 so much. It's like, it's one of those things, man. Everything's going up in price, man. They figured, hey, the PlayStation raised their prices, we're gonna raise our prices too. I feel like that's part of what this is right here. They could have taken the $50 hit. They could have. They probably should have, but they said fuck it. Again, I feel like it's because when the other console manufacturers like, hey, these guys are doing this, so we're just gonna do it too. Nuts. Holy crap.
So in this month and a bit, Switch 2 might be in a very similar ballpark. So I am very sorry, GameCube-ians. We may be in trouble. As for the sales of brand new games, there isn't really that much to report. The website says that Pokopia is at 2.41 million.
You think the others... Wait, what do you mean you think the others have a good reason? What others have a good reason?
So Pokopia is now over 4.
You're talking about like PlayStation? Nintendo doesn't. How do you mean? Explain.
Is over 3.8 million in 2 weeks. Obviously, Tomodachi Life is on the Switch 1 as well, so a much larger install base. But those two games were in a very similar ballpark, and it was kind of hard to feel the temperature on exactly where they were. Because they felt like Pokopia was the bigger deal, to be honest. But I think that's because it was also pushing the Switch 2. We have one more sales number though, and that is Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, which are also over 4 million, and that is in 6 weeks. So Fire Red, Pokopia, Tomodachi Life, all in the 4 million ballpark. And I'm sure Fire Red Leaf Green sending that much is going to send a very big message to them.
Jesus. They sold people, that many people brought that freaking That many people bought that Pokemon game? Like, really? Oh my god. Over 4 million in 6 weeks. Who is buying this game? Isn't that just literally the game? That game, but they just literally, it's still the Game Boy Advance game, right? How the fuck did they, how did this many people buy this game, bro? This is crazy to me. That felt like such a fucking, like, it felt overpriced as fuck too. Isn't it like $20 or something like that? Over 4 million people bought that game? Are you kidding me, dude? That is nuts, man. I can't believe that many people bought that game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 71 million. Holy fuck. That's nuts. GTA 6 is coming out. That means people are gonna mass buy PS5 and Xbox Series X for that game. And as we know, the last year, 8 months before GTA 6 launched, Xbox decided to up their prices so people could buy their console at a higher price for GTA 6. And now 6 months before, PlayStation upped their prices too. They will maybe drop the price after GTA 6 is out for a year. I mean, I think that's not a good reason to raise your prices. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's really, really bad. That's like the worst reason to raise your price. That's not why they're raising their prices, though. But seriously, like, raising your prices because of a game is coming out and people are going to buy your console? Like, that's literally the shittiest reason to raise your prices. It's an insanely good business idea. No, it's not. It's terrible. I mean, it's good for the company, I guess, but so are all the price raises. Like, what do you mean? That's terrible, though. How is that? How is Nintendo bad for raising their prices, but Sony and Xbox are okay because of GTA 6? Like, that makes no sense. You're literally just screwing people over on purpose because you know they want to play this game. And Nintendo's just doing it just because. That's not the problem. Is that's not why they're raising their prices, though. That's incorrect. The prices were raised because of the RAM. The RAM became more expensive. It's the same thing with the Steam machine. That's why people were unsure of the price, because the Steam machine was, all the RAM prices were jacked the fuck up. That's why the PlayStation, the Xbox, and the Steam machine is probably going to be a higher price when it comes out. But that's why they raised their prices, because the components were going up in price. Game systems, game consoles have never in the history of consoles have ever gone up in price, especially after multiple years of being on the market. That has never ever happened. They go down in price. The reason they went up in price is because the components became so expensive. Usually components become cheaper, but they've become more expensive. That's why they raised the prices. So it makes sense from that point of view, I guess, to raise the prices up. Though I still feel like all of these companies don't need to raise the prices at all, because I think it's fucked up again for the consumer. Like, the consumer, the cost of living is going up in general for everybody. So it's kind of fucked up for these big multi-billion-dollar companies to raise the prices of their products, because they can't eat the cost. They can't eat $50 costs on a sale for their console. Like, they could eat that cost, but they're not. They're gonna charge you more instead, which is fucked up. All of them, I don't think, have a good enough reason to do it, but I understand if they're saying, hey, all the components are going up in price. The RAM, specifically the RAM, is going up in price, so they raised up the prices for the system. That's why they raised it up. It had nothing to do with GTA 6. I'm not saying that couldn't have been part of it, but the they would not ever say that. Like they would never say, hey, we raised the price because GTA 6 like that. I'm pretty sure they could get sued to oblivion for that, matter of fact. I don't think they're allowed to do that. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Like I feel like that's some kind of consumer type of thing. I don't know. I feel like consumer protections are there that could block that. But if they're like, hey, the component prices are going up, so that's why we're raising our prices. That's like the only thing they could have said, really. RAM prices are going lower now. They're going lower now. They were going up for like over a year. They were going up for like a couple of years, in fact. So that's the issue. Their RAM prices were going up for multiple years. Yeah, of course they won't. It seems like something they thought before. No, they didn't. They literally raised the prices because of the RAM, and that's literally it. I don't think they give two shits about the GTA thing. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense for them to do that. I mean, Nintendo knows the prices are going down. That doesn't mean they haven't been paying higher prices, though. That's, like I said, the RAM has been going up for years. For years. So it's been multiple years that they've been paying higher prices for RAM now. And even if RAM prices are going down, like, how much did RAM cost before all this, AI shit started popping up? When they were first getting it, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago when they first started getting all this stuff, It is a coincidence that both Xbox and PlayStation upped their prices 6 months before GTA 6 launch. I mean, they ate the cost till now. Why stop suddenly? They raised up the price. It hasn't been 6 months though. They raised the prices up years. This is the second time PlayStation has raised the price for the system. The same with Xbox. They raised the prices up like last year or something, or the year before that. They raised the prices up already. This isn't the first price raise. What are you talking about? They've raised the price up. This is the second time already. So that doesn't make sense. Like, are you... Right, but the Switch 2 just came out last year as well. The PlayStation 5 and the Xbox have been out for like 5 years. And they raised the prices twice. And they just recently raised the prices like a few months ago. Switch 2 came out at the height of RAM prices. Right, but you got to understand again, they didn't make the Switch 2 the day it came out. They were making those consoles for years. They've been stacking up a stock for years. So when they first started buying the system components to pay for the systems, the RAM was probably at a regular price. Then the prices were going up as they were making them. And then it released and the RAM prices were still really high. So now it's like, and then again, PlayStation and Xbox both raised their prices for their systems twice. So Nintendo's probably like, hey, we're going to raise our prices, I guess, because everybody else is raising their prices. Like, what the fuck? I mean, PlayStation and Xbox makes sense to raise, but Nintendo knew RAM prices when they were making the Switch 2. Could it? Maybe? No, they started, the Switch 2 was being made years ago. They started that like a while ago. And you got to understand, business wise, when you're gonna make something, especially a big stock of it, you have to negotiate prices out years ahead of time. So they probably negotiated some prices years ahead, which they got, and then the RAM prices started going up like crazy. And these guys that make the RAM, they were just fucking people over. They were just like, nah, we're not doing that. We're raising up the prices and shit. Like that shit is crazy. Like that whole shit that's a whole thing. It has nothing to do with GTA 6. I don't know what you're talking about. That's weird. Consoles aren't getting cheaper anytime soon. Global price changes cost money. That's the thing too. Global price changes. We had the fucking, the tariffs. We had the Strait of Hormuz. Like, there's so many fucking things. Gas prices have gone up. You got to think about that too. Gas prices. Think about the fact that gas prices went up. You know, everything uses gas to transport anything to anywhere. Uses gas. Like, everything costs more. Everything costs more. The whole process is more expensive now. So they're like, hey, we're going to charge you a little more because everything has gotten higher in prices. When rent started getting more expensive, they sold the consoles at a reduced profit margin for a while. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. That makes sense. That's how business works normally. It's not just, oh, the game's coming out in 6 months, we're going to raise the prices. That makes literally no sense. They wouldn't do that. It's because the cost of everything is literally more expensive. Everything went up in cost. Again, I feel like those companies could have ate those costs regardless, but that's not how these companies work in the first place. They're trying to make money. So they're going to be like, hey, we'll charge you like $50 extra here. We'll charge you $100 extra here. And you just got to deal with it. Like, you don't have a choice. You know, it's just the price now, unfortunately, you know. But yeah, everything has gotten a lot more expensive. Like, that's not like a thing that only, oh, why does Nintendo do it? Literally everybody did it. I don't understand why people are trying to call out one company for this. They've all done it. Well, Nintendo didn't do it, but now they've done it too. So they're the last ones to do it. But the other console manufacturers have done it twice already, which is nuts. Yeah, but the fact that GTA 6 coming out means they're not in a huge rush to lower it. That's the other thing too. They can use the fact that they had to raise the prices because of manufacturing costs. They could use that as an excuse. But because a big game is coming out, yeah, they're not just going to be like, oh, we're going to lower the prices. Like, I don't know if they're ever going to lower the prices. I'll be honest. It's probably going to be a little while before they lower the prices again, you know? Like, it's nuts. Everything has gotten more expensive. I literally got gas in my car. It costs more than a fucking game, okay? I have to fill up my gas in my car like every 2 weeks. It's like $60-$70 every time I fill up my car right now. It literally costs more than buying a game it takes for me to fill up my car. Like, that's how expensive shit is, bro. It's fucking nuts. Like, I could literally buy whole ass video games for the price it costs me to fill up my gas in my car every 2 weeks. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? It's fucking crazy. Everything's expensive right now. It's nuts. Dude, I'm paying over €2 for a liter of gas. How much is €2? Dude, my gas where I live at, dude, it's like $6 almost. It's like $5.50. Matter of fact, there's some gas stations it's over $6. It's expensive as fuck, bro. It's crazy. Some places I seen some places they showed I haven't seen these places, but I saw pictures. People took pictures of places where the gas prices were $8. $8 fucking dollars for gas, bro, for a gallon. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Hell no. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? That's crazy, man. Oh, here we go. Let's look at this one. Nintendo investors want you to pay more for Switch 2. Is that what this is? Is it the investors? Is that why they raised the prices? Because of the investors and shit? Damn, bro. That could be I mean, that's part of it too. That's part of the business though. The investors are like, hey, we're paying all this shit. We're going to charge the customers more.
And Ryan McCaffrey, host of Podcast Unlocked. And we need to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. It's coming up on its first birthday. You probably remember a year ago when Nintendo fully revealed the Switch successor. It had to delay pre-orders while it waited to see what happened with the U.S. tariff situation.
Yeah, the tariffs. Yeah, that shit too.
On sale for $450. And has remained at that price for nearly a year now, in spite of increased costs on Switch 2 accessories, the original Switch, and competitors Xbox and PlayStation 5. But according to a new report from Bloomberg, the pressure is on Nintendo to raise the price. Now, the Switch 2 has been selling very well. It sold 17 million units in under a year, and at one point was the fastest selling console in U.S. history.
That would be about 90. They got €2 is about $9.80 a gallon. Really? Oh, because I'm sorry, that's a liter. I was like $2 for a liter. That's more than a gallon. I get. Wait, is that more than a gallon? Oh no, that's less. I'm sorry, that's less than a gallon. So yeah, $2 a liter. That's $9.80. Yeah, that's insane, bro. It's $10, almost $10 a gallon that you're paying. Holy fuck, man. I don't know what the fuck this like. This shit's nuts, bro. It's crazy right now. It's crazy. I feel like people that don't have to live and pay bills and shit, they don't get it, man. They don't get it. It's like, yo, it's expensive. Shit's expensive, bro. It's crazy.
Trajectory. In fact, its stock price has cratered roughly 45% over the last 6 months. Now, Nintendo faces scrutiny from shareholders over whether it will finally budge on the Switch 2 launch price after raising the price of pretty much everything else. I should probably point out that we're recording this on Wednesday this week, and Nintendo's latest financial earnings are on the day you're probably watching this, Friday, May 8th. Now, when it comes to setting a price for a console, PlayStation and Xbox have typically sold their hardware at a loss, at least.
Yeah. Some idiot wanted to pick a fight with somebody. You know how this goes, man. Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ, bro. How fucking dumb. How dumb.
Expensive chip manufacturing, it could sell its hardware at an affordable price while maintaining a positive profit margin.
For no reason, bro. For no reason. Just a bunch of idiots. A bunch of idiots voting. A bunch of people put in office, dude. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? We're fucked. There's nothing we can do. It's fucking crazy.
After manufacturing, shipping, tariffs, and
people are just brainwashed and shit. It's really bad.
On each unit sold. But of course, the cost of RAM has skyrocketed.
Yeah, the RAM.
The cost of RAM has skyrocketed. That affects Nintendo 2. Has probably eaten away whatever profit margin the Switch 2 had. When you look at it this way, it starts to seem like a price hike is inevitable. Okay, but how much? $50? $100? One analyst told Bloomberg that even a $100 price increase would mean the console was made less of a burden to Nintendo rather than truly profitable. So,
oh my God. So see, they're selling it. So they're definitely selling it at a loss right now. They are definitely selling it at a loss. So that's really crazy. They are definitely selling this shit at a loss. They said even a $100 price increase would just lessen the burden, but it still wouldn't be making them a profit. Oh my God. So they are definitely selling this on the cheap right now. Holy shit.
Take a loss on hardware.
Back in the day, the CEO cut half his salary, right? The Nintendo CEO, Iwata, yeah. You know what the CEO of Xbox did? They closed a bunch of game studios. You know what the CEO of PlayStation did? They closed a bunch of game studios. Are you not understanding the issue with the trying to kind of come at Nintendo sideways when literally new Xbox CEO is great? You just said back in the day. Are we talking about now? Are we talking about back in the day? What are we talking about right now? Back in the day, the Xbox CEO did close game studios. That's what they did. Current CEO is but we're talking about back in the day. So don't worry about current. If you're talking about back in the day, then we could talk about that. But again, let's think about every console manufacturer and what they do. Nintendo, I feel like, has done the least amount of damage when it comes to handling things. Hey, Cinderella. Hey, Anna. But weren't consoles, especially in the early years, almost always sold at minimum profit or even at loss with the real profit? Yeah, that's how it usually is. Especially for like the PS3. I think the PS3 was like one of the biggest like losses for Sony because of, even though it was so expensive, they were selling it at such a loss. Like they were like losing money from every sale. They were losing like a lot of money from every sale. Like it was really bad, I think. Like they couldn't do that again. What's the difference between euro and dollar? It's just different currencies. The euro has a certain currency weight, and then the dollar has a certain weight as far as the exchange rates go and all that. That's what that is. I don't know what the exact difference is. I don't know what your €1 is to $1, but you know. Yeah, I feel like current Nintendo could have taken a price cut to their CEO again. I mean, they probably could have, but it's not the same CEO. If it was Iwata still, he might have taken a cut, but again, why are you saying Nintendo CEO should have taken a price cut, but then you're okay with Xbox closing studios, you're okay with Sony closing studios. Like, why is that? Is that not weird?
$200, but was getting bodied by the PS2, so Nintendo dropped it to 100.
€1 means $1.18. So it's a little bit. You're not. That's the only thing you're talking about, though. You're only talking about Nintendo CEO, Nintendo stuff. You said the new Xbox CEO is great. You didn't say anything about Sony CEO. I just said Nintendo should have taken a price cut.
It's hard to gauge what Nintendo has
So
traditionally done.
Nintendo should have, but the others shouldn't have. Like,
They're a very old company.
you're only talking about Nintendo. That's the thing I'm getting at. Like, you're talking about Nintendo and their prices, and I'm like, they all raise the prices, but you're giving the other guys an excuse. I don't understand why you're giving them an excuse. It sucks for everybody. All of them suck. That's the problem. They all suck. Don't just focus on one. They're all terrible. I mean, they're greedy. Yeah. Nintendo has done it in the past, right? But
the shareholders, I don't know how
that was a different CEO. That's the thing too. It's a different. People are running. Different people are running the company now. Unfortunately, you know.
Once you raise the price, that doesn't really. I don't know. That doesn't really make people want to run out.
I can use a calculator.
The week leading
Say you're perfect at math. Oh, you're perfect. Yeah, R.I.P. Water for real though, man. Yeah, that sucks, man. Cancer got him, bro. It fucking sucks. It's so sad too, man. Like that shit hurt, man. That shit really hurt. If everyone on the planet is greedy, is like a sin. What do you mean?
Mario Kart bundle that included a game that was selling separately for $80, and
oh yeah, Mario Kart. Mario Kart was $80 too. They said it, bro. We are gonna recoup these costs, bro. We're selling Mario Kart for $80. I got that. Here's the thing. I got that Switch 2 for $500, but that came with Mario Kart, so I literally got a discount. I got that discount.
I think it was like 10 NES games and 10 Game Boy Advance games, which, you know, were.
What would have made Mario Kart a pack-in title? I don't know. I don't know if that's I don't know if he would have, like, for free. You mean? I don't know if he would have did that.
I don't know if that means making Mario Kart World just a default pack-in for the system, which now costs $500.
Oh, hey, they're talking about that right now.
Or if they figure out some other solution there. But yeah, I mean, the thing that's kind of odd to me is, yeah, hardware sales are bleak right now. Like, we're in a weird time for that. All the RAM shortages, the tariff stuff, that's odd. Meanwhile, Nintendo has broken into Hollywood. They're doing crazy numbers. Yeah. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is the highest grossing movie of the year right now. I mean, that's probably going to change.
Wait, is it really? What other movies came out this year? That's the highest grossing movie of this year? Holy shit. Jesus Christ, bro. I didn't even know. I don't really pay attention to all the numbers a lot of times, so I'm not really sure, but oh my god, bro.
Sometime in the next few years.
In legal terms, example, if we humanity are greedy as a whole.
I feel like Nintendo's being very smart and kind of diversifying its revenue streams.
What do you mean? If we're greedy as a whole?
It's kind of odd to see the shareholders be like, charge them more, and it's like, is that gonna make people like Nintendo? They currently look like the good.
No, the shareholders don't give a shit. That's the problem, man. The shareholders do not care. They just want more money.
I don't know, like
they don't care at all, bro. It's always the shareholders, bro. They ruin everything. If you're a publicly traded company, man, your company is ruined. Valve is the last bastion. They're the last thing we got, man. They're the last thing we got. Valve. If they go public, man, I might just delete Steam. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna be upset, bro, if they go public. I'm definitely gonna be upset.
Potentially, does that? I mean, does that?
If only Nintendo was privately held, yeah, that'd be great. I'm sure they would be able to do a lot more stuff that they wanted.
They don't know how
they'd probably be able to make those decisions to not raise the prices because it would be easier for them to say, "Hey, I'll just take a cut." The thing is, there's only so many cuts you can take before the shareholders are just like, "Hey, we want more money."
Some people are going to have to draw the line and say no.
Valve going public would kill PC gaming. I mean, we still got some other options. There's GOG and
Microsoft or even Sony.
I mean, itch.
They have made off of their.
I mean, it's not the worst, but yeah,
it's a good day for Sony if they do 10 million copies of
you got me.
Or what have you, and
you're not good at explaining.
There's nothing wrong with 10 million copies. Nintendo's a company that does 20 to 30.
Being greedy doesn't have to be
copies
bad.
sold of
Curiosity
their bigger
or thirst of
franchises,
knowledge
the mainline Zelda
is also a
games, the
form of
mainline Mario
greed.
games, the bigger
Yeah, I
stuff
think there's,
that
yeah,
they've got, the Animal Crossings of the world.
the power of
And the
Uganda
thing is,
Knuckles.
as we've talked about
What are you
before,
talking about right now,
last
Anna?
year here on Next Gen Console Watch,
You're talking about
none of
being
those
greedy
games
as a
are-
whole and
are on the
Ugandan
horizon.
Knuckles.
Nintendo
Nintendo shareholders aren't as bad as other shareholders.
Even for Nintendo on their less powerful hardware, there's
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like it's because Nintendo still has a lot of like power. It's not just Nintendo, it's their IPs. Their IPs hold a lot of weight. So it's like they kind of have some leeway probably when it comes to accepting or refusing certain things, right? Because their IPs are so powerful, they're so beloved. They can kind of like probably hold off on certain things. But yeah.
If you're raising the
Remember,
price of
we could
hardware,
always have
as
PlayStation
Nintendo,
shareholders
and you
making
don't
50
have
billion live
those
service games. I
killer
mean, they
app
were.
games to
Or closing
bring
50
people,
billion
make
game
people
studios.
wanna
Remember,
pay
they closed
more
all
to
those
get
studios,
hardware.
them and Xbox as well.
I don't know how that ends
They
well
closed
for
out
Nintendo.
so many game
Or
studios,
their
bro. It's
stock price.
fucking
If you're the
insane.
shareholder
And
that's demanding
live service games, because the
Nintendo
shareholders
charge more for
wanted
the hardware.
live service games, and the dumbass CEO was like, hey, we're going to make live service games because we're fucking stupid. Who the fuck wanted live service? Nobody asked for that, bro. The shareholders asked for it because they wanted money, because they were being fucking greedy as hell. And that shit just blew up. They lost so many billions of dollars. I wonder how much they actually lost from all that shit, bro. I think I might have been mixing reality with memes. Oh, what? The problem with Nintendo, for example, is their wave of lawsuits against Palworld and the like. Nintendo isn't the good guy here. Yeah, the whole lawsuit shit. They definitely have a really big, like, I'm gonna say, trigger when it comes to their IP. I understand why though. There's some places that explain why they're so trigger happy on lawsuits. It has something to do with
Unfortunately, yeah.
when it had something to do with Donkey Kong back in the day, how Universal tried to sue them because Donkey Kong was so similar to King Kong. But because Universal, the company that owned King Kong, because they didn't fight other legal challenges to the copyright before Nintendo, they lost that legal battle with Nintendo. So Nintendo's super aggressive on their legal stuff because they want to make sure if something does really inflict on their or infringe on their copyright, they want to make sure that they have a history of defending their IP, because the courts might be like, hey, you haven't been defending this before, why are you doing it now? You know, that type of shit. That's why they do it. I don't think it's right, but I get it from the business side. I understand why they do it, you know. Nintendo does good live services because they don't know how to make live service games. Oh, what live service games did Nintendo? Oh, you talking about like Animal Crossing? You talking about like Tamagotchi Life? I guess those are somewhat kind of live servicey. No one's perfect. Yeah, no one's perfect. I wouldn't exactly call them the devil, but Nintendo has taken some actions in recent years that weren't exactly fan friendly. Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time though. They are really aggressive when it comes to lawsuits and stuff with people in their IPs. Like, they're really aggressive with it. I don't know. They're, like I said, I do know, but I get it business wise, but they are really aggressive.
That's a bummer. Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about a few years ago, AM2R and stuff, like,
is it sounding more and more
like that was crazy. But then I think it was funny because AM2R like came out, and then like Nintendo was like copyright striking them, and then like a month later they announced the Metroid 2 remake they were doing for 3DS. That was funny, bro. That was crazy. Also, Nintendo might be upping game console prices, but remember their latest 3 games are going to be $50 or under. Yeah, I guess they are lowering the prices of the games. I mean, they're remakes, so or remake and then I don't know. Maybe they're trying to make a compromise.
did.
I have no
buy it.
idea.
I wanted to get it at launch.
Animal
last year
Crossing,
in part
Splatoon,
for
Smash.
this
Wait,
exact
Smash
reason.
Ultimate? What? What do you
Knowing that
mean?
we were in this
Smash Ultimate's going to be
terrorist
$50.
nightmare
What is this
for
about
probably
Smash
the
Ultimate?
foreseeable future,
Aggression is
and
crime. I know that because
I'm not gonna feel
violence
any
is
better
bad.
about if I end up sort of
AM2R was
being
mostly
proven
because
right
Metro 2
for
Remake was coming out.
wanting to buy
Right,
this
but I feel like they were gonna do it anyway. Maybe it was because the Metro 2 Remake, but I don't know. I feel like they would have hit him either way.
Yeah.
That shit was funny though. It was like, damn, they fucking copyright strike this guy and the DMCA'd him. And then like a month later, they're like, wait, there's a Metroid 2 remake? What the fuck? That shit was so funny.
If you were thinking about getting one at any time,
Raiders is 50, Rhythm Heaven is 40, Star Fox is 50. Yo, Yoshi is 52, really? Can I consider humanity stupid? Yes. You can definitely consider humanity stupid. I feel like most people are freaking dumb. I think that's a real thing. I meant Smash live. Oh, Smash as a live service. Oh, I guess.
The day this episode goes live, we'll share the results.
Because creating wars, etc. Yeah. I mean, you gotta understand something too. A lot of that stuff is like people in power manipulating people that aren't in power to do things for them. You got to think about that. People that fight in wars aren't the people who actually start the wars a lot of times. The people that start the wars and go to wars are the people in power. They never actually participate in the war. The people that don't have anything to do with war, they may be totally against the war. They could get drafted, stuff like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, you don't have a choice. The government's just going to force you to go to war. Like, there's a lot of dumb shit that happens, bro. It fucking sucks. Yeah, humanity's pretty stupid, though, overall. But then also, again, you got to think, there are people who support these warmongers. Like, literally look at the United States. There's people, so many people supported this guy. And people said, hey, this guy's bad. Nobody fucking listened, and this guy starts a war. He literally said he wasn't going to start a war, and he started a fucking war. How fucking dumb is that, bro? What the fuck are we, like, what is even happening? This doesn't even feel real. Oh, IGN, what is this? Is that for the Summer Games Fest or something? The fuck is that? Nintendo tries live service, then it's like, man, what the fuck? We just don't make another game. Yeah. So that means we are good people or the bad people.
This episode of Next Gen Console Watch was produced by Damon Hatfield, Joe
and
Sam Claiborne. Damon is also the host, and Max Scoville and Ryan McCaffrey serve as regular panelists.
What do you mean good people or bad people?
By Marian Franzen and Amir Rakib.
Does that mean as a whole we are errors created by God? We are errors created by God? I don't know about all that. Did you see the new virus? What do you mean? New virus? Why is the Switch 2 actually this good? Oh, yeah. Yo, wait, the Switch 2? They're saying the Switch 2 is better than the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally X for playing Cyberpunk? Really? That's interesting. What the fuck? I'm probably not going to watch the whole thing.
My opinion on the Switch.
Hantavirus? Yes, the hantavirus? Wait, hold on. Anna, it's better if you ask someone professional about this. About what? Oh, no, I mean, you can ask the questions like, okay, what did she say? She said, are we good people or bad people? I mean, I would say we're probably mostly good. It's just, I don't know what you guys do in your personal time, so I can't say for sure. Does that mean we're errors created by God? I don't think we're errors created by God. I think we're just, we exist in the universe. That's kind of it. If God exists, I don't think he cares what we do because he gave us free will for a reason. He allows us kind of to do what we want to do. He gave us free will. Why would he care what we do? He lets us choose our whatever we want to do. So that's just it. I don't think it has to do with good or bad or being in error or anything. If God is all powerful and he created us to be this way, then why would we be errors? That makes no sense. We're just the way he wants us to be. Don't you know? No, I don't know what is the hantavirus? Is that like a A virus in people, or is that like a computer virus? I'm confused. What is hantavirus? What is that? Hantavirus?
Bit since it first came out over 6 months ago, but
My God.
quick summary because I value your time. The biggest thing this
Yeah, what? Okay, what is it? You gotta explain it because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm just out of the loop. I'm sorry. I'm out of the loop when it comes to this stuff. I don't know what's going on.
ROG Xbox Ally X, any Windows handheld, the whole "it just works" thing is going to be immediately obvious. I'm actually most impressed with how seamlessly it switches between handheld and docked, because it's not just as simple as swapping to a bigger screen. When you dock, it's actually upping the output resolution, doubling the wattage fed to the APU, and in some games, it's even switching to higher graphics settings, and it does all of that seamlessly in a matter of a second or two. And while I absolutely love PC handhelds, I use a bunch
Hantavirus is like COVID, but with a fatality rate of 30 to 40%. People have been affected within 1 day, and 3 of them have died. Wait, what? Where is this at? Where's that happening at? Hantavirus, bro. What the fuck? It started with a new strand being discovered in a crew. Oh, you know what? I actually did see something about that. I saw something about that last night, but I saw this thing about a cruise ship and a virus, and I didn't look further into it though. I didn't look further into it, but I did see something about that. It started with a new strand. They told the cruise ship to stay on port. They didn't listen. They landed. Instantly, 8 people affected. Yeah, infected. Yeah, that makes sense.
Comfortable for me personally, so I usually just hook up a Pro controller. But honestly, I'm not the guy to ask when it comes to ergonomics. I have a birth defect and my thumbs don't really work, so I hold controllers weird, so ergonomics are different for me. But I have found myself loving the Pro controller. It's ergonomically great, and it has this soft touch finish that I wish more controllers would use. And while I'm still bummed that it's using the old school potentiometer joysticks, which means they're gonna be prone to stick drift, and they're glued in, so they're really hard to replace if they do get stick drift, it's been a rock solid controller so far, and the built-in mic makes it super convenient to use voice chat in-game, which was one of the big features of the new Switch.
Over 6 different countries, 3 died yesterday. People who are infected were not followed up on and let into the wild. Oh my fucking God, bro. Of course they were. Of course they fucking were. Man, this is how COVID got fucked up too. This is how COVID started, right? People were sick and they said, hey, you need to stay where you are, and then people didn't fucking listen. And then they just went wherever and they infected everybody. And it's like, are you fucking joking? All you had to do was quarantine and stay put and listen to the actual doctors and the actual experts, and things would have been fine, and you were too stupid to do that. You couldn't fucking wait. You had to do whatever you were trying to do. You couldn't wait a few days or a few weeks, and god damn it, bro. Hanta isn't that deadly. The fatality rate is about 15%, according to Google. Oh. Still bad though. Still bad they got out though. What the fuck? This is a new strand. What the fuck, bro? Breaking World Health Organization says there are now 8 confirmed hantavirus cases with 3 deaths. The virus has a 30 to 40% fatality rate. Oh, just according to what's been there. Okay.
Also cut in half. The textures are dramatically improved. HDR looks great. For a Nintendo console, it has more than enough performance, and I'm looking forward to what sort of games that devs can cook up now that they're not hamstrung.
This is insane. The first cases started on a cruise ship. However, they let them off the ship for who knows what instantly idiotic move. One woman who was an early case and had no idea she had it until she died came into contact with a lot of people at the airport, because of course she did. In somewhere in Europe, so it's spreading in France and Switzerland. Jesus Christ. As for the other people people on that ship they sent home because they showed no signs. However, signs don't show up for like 6 to 8 weeks. It's almost like coronavirus. It's like you can have it and you could be asymptomatic, and you could be spreading it to people without showing any symptoms, and then it just pops up one day and you're fucked. And they aren't even being quarantined, just monitored. California, Arizona, Texas, Virginia. Oh my fucking god. Of course it's in California. Of course it's in Virginia. Of course it's in these fucking places. Because people are stupid.
But as long as you do, then it's going to be a great experience.
So yeah, we might be fucked.
Okay, so
let's see in 3. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. We'll see. We'll check back in 3 weeks. We'll see what's happening if we're infected or if we're dying or if it's spread. We gotta have another coronavirus pandemic. God damn.
Micro stutters as you were adventuring around, as different assets were loading in. And I don't know if it was just my Switch being slow, but I was often getting frame rates that were more like in the teens with really bad frame hitching, and it made me not able to enjoy the game. But I have been absolutely loving it on the Switch too. Again, getting a locked 60 FPS, higher textures, higher resolution, and also cutting load times down from like the mid 20 seconds to 10 seconds every time you fast travel, and I fast travel a lot. It makes a huge difference on the overall playability of the game. If you haven't played Breath of the Wild, I know everyone says it, but seriously, give it a try. It's a fantastic game. There's a reason people recommend it.
Yeah, either lockdown happens or it dies. I mean, are they going to do... I don't think they're going to do another lockdown. I don't think that's going to happen. Especially right now, with how things are. They're not going to do another lockdown, bro. They probably should, maybe.
They're capped at 60 for some.
Trump was in charge when COVID hit, right? Yeah, and he fucked up. He completely fucked it up because he didn't do shit. He waited. Oh, it's a hoax. It's this. It's that. Man, it's fucking idiot, bro. Fucking dumb, bro.
Is that 120 hertz was a big feature.
Yeah, he acted way too slowly. The fucking he had the dude in there telling him, "Hey, it's really dangerous. It's infective. You should do this." They were like, "Nah, man, just take the horse glue shit, the fucking horse virus shit." It was stupid as fuck, bro. My man will do it again. Yeah, he's gonna do it again. That's the thing. I don't think it's gonna. Hanta is a bit harder than COVID. Yeah, we're fucked, guy. We're fucked. We're fucked. That's the only thing. Just try to stay safe, man. Wear your mask. Make sure you put a mask on, guys, if you go outside around a lot of people. Because you don't know. It could be spreading right now. And you don't even know. Because people don't show symptoms for weeks, of course. It's just sitting in your system, just waiting, and then it's going to hit you.
Too bad. But honestly, the
you wear a mask. You better make sure you just stay away from people in general. Wash your hands very well. Wash them every time you get home or you do something. Wash your hands. Just take your precautions, guys. That's the best thing you can do. That's all you can do.
Just barely capable of the lowest requirement for HDR, and sometimes on some panels it's not even capable of that. That being said, if you don't know what response time is and you don't know what ghosting is and you just look at the screen, it looks pretty good. It's big, it's bright enough, and it's relatively color accurate. And I think for most casual users, which is going to be a lot of Nintendo fans, they're going to love it because it's bigger than the last one. Me personally, I love the screen size. I really like bigger screens on handhelds, but I really wish it was OLED. And given that I'm coming from the Steam Deck OLED, the screen on the Switch feels like a noticeable downgrade to me. The slow response time isn't that noticeable to me in most games, but in fast, twitchy games like Dead Cells, I do notice it, and especially when I'm switching between playing.
What is this shit right here? I complain a lot about my country, but we've learned from COVID. That's good.
My children, feed the poor, love thy neighbor, and love thy enemy.
Another issue with this one is that it infects animals too. Are you fucking joking? It's infected in animals too? Animals can carry this? Oh, nah, bro. We're fucked, man. Hold on. Let me...
Children, feed the poor, love thy neighbor, and love thy enemy.
They better open the f***ing straight, or I'm gonna cut food stamps for the poor to build more missiles and end their civilization. The same way I ended those illegal immigrants
oh my God.
from their Oh, neighboring countries. In Jesus' name we pray.
Mommy, Daddy, who is that man?
That right there, son, is a great Christian man.
Oh my God.
Save us all.
Quiet, piggy, or I'll grab you by the...
My children, feed the poor. Love
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's literally what it is. Like what? Aren't Christians supposed to be like good people helping people? The Christians here in the States, at least, man, they are some of the scummiest people. At least these evangelical white nationalist Christians, bro, they are bad, bro. These guys are terrible. They're so like antithetical to everything Christian. It's so weird. Like, why the hell are you guys like this? This is. I don't think your religion preaches this shit. Why are y'all so evil?
I do get used to the response times pretty quickly, so it's not really a problem.
This virus is low risk. Oh, it's highly unlikely this will spread. It's not human to human transmissional. Oh, it will blow over in a few weeks. I have played these games before. This is literally fucking COVID. It's literally COVID. Oh my God. All mammals can be infected.
And a little bit less wide.
Oh my fucking God. This is that shit right here, guys.
Similar size, but being able to pull the
fuck
off means you just have the tablet section, and this is crazy portable. This actually
COVID is just bats. Nothing will happen. Yeah, it was so, dude, this is the thing though. They were telling us, like, some of those guys, some of the medical professionals were telling us, like, hey guys, like, this is actually like really dangerous and shit. And then all these people were like, nah, it's not true. These anti-vaxxers were coming out, and these fucking people were listening to the anti-vaxxers. It's like, buddy, like, what do you mean? Don't take a... Vaccines are so important. Like, the fuck? So much shit has saved us. I mean, vaccines have saved us from so many, like, terrible diseases and shit. It's like, how can you not... I don't even understand where this shit comes from. Like, who preaches this shit? Who spreads this shit? Anti-vax? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Vaccines were, like, really good. They helped us, like, get rid of a lot of all these old, like, viruses and shit that would kill off people. A lot. Like, vaccines literally helped us stop that shit. Like, the reason why human population is as big as it is, a part of the reason is because of vaccines. Because people weren't just dying when they're like 10 years old, when they're like 30 years old from some random disease that would just inflict them and all that shit. Like, all these medical advances, man. We have all these, it's crazy to have so many medical advances that allow people to live longer, and the people that are responsible for maintaining and developing more medical advances, people don't listen to them. Like, why would you not listen to the people that are here literally to help save your lives? This makes no sense. You're going to listen to some guy on a podcast talk about shit that he knows nothing about instead. And then people just spread that shit. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? They have tried making vaccines for hantavirus since the 1990s. What the? Also, the hantavirus has been around for a long time. Nah, I'd win. Let me just not take the vaccines. Yeah, it's really stupid. It's really bad. It's really, really, really bad. And you got to understand something. You know what Trump did too? You know, he gutted the education system. And you know that people with less education are also less progressive. And so they're really more susceptible to propaganda and all this stuff. They're like, it's a whole thing, man. It's a whole thing. It's crazy. To be fair, though, most of the deaths, which are also tragic, were among people who were underlying health conditions. For COVID, yeah. For COVID. That's true. That's also why they're like, you know, if you have if you have like an autoimmune deficiency or something like that, you have to be extra careful. Like, if you have a compromised immune system already, you have to be extra careful. And then and that's also why it's so important for other people to also participate, because you don't know who may have a less powerful immune system than you do. So it's important to take those precautions. Wear your mask, wash your hands, take the vaccines, because some people can't take the vaccines. Maybe they want to, but they can't because it's too dangerous for them, and yet they don't do it because they're so selfish. They're so stupid. Like, this is for it's not just for you. It's for everybody. It's for the whole community. Like, why are you not wanting to be a good person for everybody else too? Like, what the hell is wrong? I've had COVID twice, and yeah, it was annoying, but I wouldn't say it put my life at risk. That's good. I didn't have COVID at all, so I kind of avoided it, thank God. And I was working. I had to work too. I was working around people too. It fucking sucked. But we had masks, we had sanitation, like alcohol wipes. Like, I would wipe down everything. Every like hour, I would wipe down all the shit I was working around, and people had to come around me. I would wipe everything down. Like, I was going crazy with it, man. I was like, I'm not getting this shit. I do not want this fucking COVID shit, bro. It sounds terrible. Like, some people were getting fucked up. Like, I think it's just, it hit certain people harder than others too. I think that's what it was. Not just like immunocompromised people. I heard there was people that didn't have any type of immunocompromising like stuff going on, and they got the COVID and they never fully recovered. Like, something was wrong with them, like, ever since they got it. Like, it's really bad. Like, holy fuck, bro. COVID was 3 to 4% death rate. This is minimum 15%. Less spreadable but higher death rate. I think that's how COVID was going too. Like, because there was different strains of COVID, and they said the strains got stronger, but they didn't spread as much. So I guess that's part of it. The more powerful, the less it spreads, which is interesting. But COVID was so bad precisely because the symptoms were relatively mild for many people. And they didn't even realize they were sick. Yeah, okay, that's part of it too. Yeah, you're right. A lot of people didn't even know they had it, and then they gave it to other people that didn't have a choice. You know, they got really sick and they got fucked up. This is the same though, 5 to 6 weeks for this too.
Makes the whole system
oh, really?
Incredibly portable. Whereas with the Steam Deck, there's no way you're fitting that in your pocket, or at least not if you're wearing normal human pants. But because the screen is mid and because you get way better performance docked, I use mine docked most of the time. Oh, and if they do come out with an OLED model, I hope they address battery life too, because it's not great. In light games, I can get maybe as much as like 4 or 5 hours, but if you're playing something demanding like Cyberpunk or Mario Kart on full brightness, I'm getting just over 2 hours. For a handheld PC, that's fine, I guess. But for a Switch, I really think it should have better battery life than that. I mean, just over 2 hours is just suboptimal. It makes me wish they would have just made it a little bit thicker and stuck a little bit bigger of a battery in it, because I like playing at full brightness and 2 hours just ain't that good. So I pretty much always just carry a battery pack around with me when I'm carrying my Switch, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll leave it linked below. And speaking of add-ons, there have been a few accessories that have improved my overall experience with the Switch.
Yeah, it takes time to know if you have a hand or not. Yeah.
First,
I mean,
it's too easy to scratch your screen if you're tossing it in a bag or whatever. They're super cheap. There's just no reason not to have one. I also filled up the 256 gig internal drive on the Switch pretty quickly, so I'd recommend getting an SD card. I got a 256 gig one for around $50. I'll leave the link below. Just make sure you get a microSD Express card. The standard is different than with the original Switch, so if you had one that worked with the original Switch, it's not going to work with this one. The Express cards are a bit more expensive, but they're much faster, so I think it's kind of a worth it trade-off. I have an SD card buying guide, so I'll link that below too. Those are the only two accessories that I think everyone needs, but there are a few nice to haves that have improved my experience. Because the battery life isn't great, having an extra battery can help a lot. If you're traveling, this one from Ugreen is my favorite because it's big and it has a retractable Type-C cable, so it keeps your bag nice and tidy and you don't have to worry about losing a cable. I also like keeping my Switch in a case if I'm going to be tossing it in a bag. This one is from Marla, and it also really helps with the ergonomics. It still fits in the dock, which I like.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, bro. Shit sucks, though. Shit has been crazy, man.
So it's not that big of a deal. But if you want an actual hard case, I've been using this hard case. It's kind of thick and bulky, but it gives me the peace of mind that if I'm tossing this in a backpack when I'm
that seems like a nice case right there, though.
I don't have to worry about it, and it's got extra slots so I can hold whatever game cartridges I want. I also really like having these mini Joy-Con controllers. They aren't perfect, but they make using a single Joy-Con a whole lot more comfortable than just holding the Joy-Con
that's kind of
itself.
interesting.
And the last thing that I want but I don't have yet, I'm still on the hunt for a portable dock, so if you have one you like, let me know in the comments and I'm gonna pick one up.
Because the ergonomics of the Joy-Cons don't really work well for me, I've been using the N6, which is a deck style controller, and it makes holding the Switch way more comfortable. The Switch just slots in, and one thing I appreciate about it is because it's all one piece, there is no flex, whereas with the Joy-Cons you have a little bit of flex where they connect, especially if you're holding it with one hand. It has all the features of a Pro controller, like 9-axis gyro, back buttons, chat button, the works. But it also has a few really nice to have features like mapping button.
You know what? I want to get that Nitro deck. They're making a Nitro deck for the Switch too, aren't they?
I don't think it's for everybody.
I want to get that new Nitro deck actually, because I have the original Nitro deck for the Switch 1, but I want to get one for Switch 2 also. Those are really nice. That's kind of what this looks like, but it's a little bit different. To be honest, Trump is worrying me more right now without turning it into a political discussion. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's just unhinged. That's the thing. He just, and then it's like his whole administration and all of his people. It's like they're in a cult. That's what it feels like. They're in a cult. They just listen to anything he says. He'll say one thing one day, he'll say the opposite thing the next day, and everybody just agrees with him. And it's just like, bro, like, it doesn't. It's like we're not even living in reality. You know what I mean? It just feels so crazy. Like, what the fuck is going on? The Epstein files, that too. That's also just really bad. Like, they didn't release all of them, but the ones they did release, like. All these people, there's all these people in there, these rich and powerful people that are in the Epstein files, and nobody's been arrested, nobody's been held accountable. Like, what the fuck are we doing? What's going on here? This sounds really bad. And before he became president, he's like, we're gonna release the Epstein files, we're gonna get all these people, like, he was talking about that shit hardcore. So people are like, okay, cool, yeah, go ahead and release the files, and he didn't release the fucking files. What the fuck? He's like, nah, never mind. Greenland isn't completely off the table yet. That too. Oh my god, the Greenland shit, bro. What are we doing? Like, what are you doing? Greenland? I don't even understand. He just was like, oh, we're just gonna take Greenland. What the fuck? What for? Why? They've been chilling. They've been chilling for a while. And then you just want to take it all of a sudden? What the fuck, bro? This shit is crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. I don't fucking know what to do. It's just... Shit is just unhinged, bro. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why? Why are you doing this, man? This is dumb as fuck. And then we're talking about NATO countries. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's all bad. Prime 4 sold less than 1 million. No, that's not good. That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's it. We're not getting no more Prime games, by the way, guys. That's it. That's the last Prime game. Oh, well. We tried, guys. We tried. No more Prime games for us. Stick with 2D. The 2D games don't sell that much either, unfortunately. The Prime games were sold more than the 2D games. That's the thing. They were selling more. So that's weird. Yeah, bro. This shit's crazy.
Near the graphical fidelity that you can get on
Dread sold very well.
They have slowly released a few more games, but really what I've realized for me is that the Switch 2 is an excuse for me to go back and play games that didn't run great on the original Switch. One of my
I don't know how much Dread sold.
Is Grid Legends. It's a racing game that just got optimized for the Switch 2, and it looks and runs phenomenal with true HDR, a locked 60 FPS, and rock-solid graphics. I'm really enjoying it. But if you're looking for some new games to play, my most played games have been Children of Morta, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, which was made by Studio Ghibli, if you're into that. I very much am into that. For the King, Breath of the Wild, obviously, Cat's Quest 2 for a chill couch co-op, Ship of Fools for a less chill but still a couch co-op, Unravel 2 for puzzle solving, again, couch co-op, Europa for big chillin' when you just want to wind down, and Dead Cells, which still remains one of my favorites for quick action, but is one of the few games where, again, I notice the screen's slow response time and the lack of 120 Hz. I'm also currently working on a roundup for Switch games that people are sleeping on, so subscribe if you want to see that. But we have to talk about the overall value, because while the hardware is pretty great value in my opinion, $450 gets you the console, the dock, and a wireless controller via the Joy-Cons. Nothing else in the market really touches that price point other than the LCD Steam Deck, so kudos to Nintendo there. But a console is only as good as its games, and Switch games are really expensive. I like Zelda and I like Mario Kart, but $80 for a video game is stupid expensive. And Nintendo doesn't run
$80, bruh.
Something like Steam. So even older games are pretty expensive. I did find a site called Deku Deals. It's not sponsored. I've just been using them to buy cheap games, and you can get some solid discounts.
Deku Deals.
Check there regularly. So
is that the one you showed me?
Still expensive.
That might have been the site you showed me,
PC, like
Penguin King.
It's bullshit to pay for online services like cloud saves. You most definitely don't have to do that on the Steam Deck or any.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to download the Steam Deck, bro. Steam is undefeated, bro. Steam is undefeated, man. Steam Deck. I don't know why people. Some people still don't have Steam Decks. It's crazy to me. What the fuck?
Luckily, it's only
better get yourself a Steam Deck, bro. It's a good.
If you want their deluxe version.
Best deal in games, I think.
For Zelda and stuff like that. But still, cloud saves should be free. And that right there is at least part of how they're keeping their hardware pricing more reasonable. It's because they make the margins back on the software and subscription sales. And honestly, with the pricing on other handhelds like the Xbox Ally coming in at $600 or the Xbox Ally X coming in at $1,000, it really makes the Switch pricing look pretty good.
$1,000, bro.
Now, to be fair, those Xboxes are full PCs, but still,
Me when I lie. What do you mean, me when you lie? What do you mean? From what?
Because you can take the Joy-Cons off.
You talking about Steam Decks?
What do you think? Do you
nah, bro. Steam Deck is crazy. It's good. It's amazing.
What I really want to hear are what your favorite games to play are on the Switch, because I'm always looking.
You gotta remember, Steam Deck is literally it's a PC.
Peace.
It's literally a whole ass PC. It's not just a console. It's a PC. Switch games are expensive when they are like. Well, no, he's talking about like Mario Kart and shit, bro. It's like that shit was expensive. $80 bro. $90, however much it was. I don't know, man. I got the bundled. I got the bundled Switch too. So I don't know. I didn't pay that price. I didn't pay that $80 shit. Like, nah, bro. We're good. I don't know. I'll just get the bundle with the Mario Kart, man. I'll do that, man. Because what the hell are we talking about? That's expensive as fuck, bro. People bought it, though, man. That shit sold. People bought it. People fucking bought that shit, for sure. There's one game that's 80. Oh, that's the only... Is that the only game that's $80, actually? What was Donkey Kong? That was $70? I guess Donkey Kong was only 70, huh? I got a couple other games. I got a couple of Switch 2 games over here. Hold on, what do I have here anyway? Let me see. I have I got Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Oh my goodness. Star Wars Outlaws. Okay, I got that. Persona 3 Reload. I got Metro Prime 4, Hyrule Warriors, and I got Donkey Kong Bonanza. I played and beat Hyrule Warriors. Played and beat Metro Prime 4. I haven't played the other. I played the demo for Persona 3. That was it, though. I didn't play none of the other games yet. I have all these games physical, by the way. I haven't played them. Haven't played them yet. I just bought them. I was like, hey, I'm just going to buy these because, you know, I'll play them eventually, right? I'll play them eventually. I bought Persona because I think it was on sale. I got Star Wars Outlaws because it was on sale as well. So a couple of them, if I see like a good deal, I'll also buy it. So there's games I want, and if I see really good deals on them, I'll buy them too. DK was 70. Okay, 80 was probably Zelda, Mario, and Pokemon. 70 Xenoblade. Are they gonna do 70 for Xenoblade? Do you think? Fire Emblem. DK. Okay. Splatoon. Okay. 60 for Mario spinoffs, Zelda spinoffs. Matter of fact, I got fucking the Wisdom, Age of Wisdom, the Zelda. I played a little bit of that, But I want to play that too. I have that on the Switch. And they have the Switch 2 upgrade for free, right? I want to play that too. 6 for Mario Zelda spinoffs, 54 remakes and lesser known spinoffs. Yeah, I mean, you know. But remember they're raising the price of the console, $50. So Star Fox, bro, Star Fox. I'm gonna play that. Oh, Alabaster Dawn. Also, they released the early access to Alabaster Dawn like yesterday. It was like on the 7th. Yeah, that was yesterday. So that's another good game. It's coming out eventually. I don't know how much the game is actually done yet, but yeah. Oh, Mina. Oh my god, I want to get Mina as well. When is that coming out? Hold up a second, bro. Let me check something real quick. Let me check. Is this on Steam? Is it on Steam already? I think I did the Kickstarter though. Hold on, Mina, the Hollower. I do have it on my wish list at least. Whoa! It says May 28th. That's when it's coming out. What the fuck? That's in a couple weeks. Oh shit! I didn't realize it was coming out that early. Holy hell! I thought it was still a while off. I gotta check and see if I have a Kickstarter thing, because I think I supported the Kickstarter. I want to say. I have to double check. I gotta check my shit, bro. I be supporting random Kickstarters sometimes. I literally will be like getting emails like, "Hey, we need your information for this game." I'm like, "What?" Like, oh, this is like years ago. I supported this game years ago, and they're finally releasing it. Like, oh shit, nice. I guess I be forgetting about them shits, man. Beat your backlog. Now playing Rule of 3 method. What is that?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Having an out-of-control backlog is
That's me.
not so secret shame to gamers, readers, and movie fans of
Yeah.
all kinds. It is only in the past couple months that I feel like I've actually been able to make some real, tangible progress. In this video, I'm gonna talk about
Did you support Hollow Knight? Did I support Hollow Knight? I don't think I did the Kickstarter for Hollow Knight. I did the Kickstarter for Shovel Knight, though. I did do the Kickstarter for Shovel Knight. I did a Kickstarter for Shovel Knight. I did a Kickstarter for Bloodstained. I did a Kickstarter for... there's a few other games I did Kickstarters for. I'm trying to remember. There was a few. I did not do the Kickstarter for Hollow Knight though.
why we do this.
You said this the video is great. You're using this method right now.
And why it's not your fault. And then I'm going to give you the simple common sense techniques that I have been using to beat my backlog and actually enjoy playing the stuff that I love again without stressing about it.
Oh, should I be using this for my streams maybe? Maybe I should use this for my streams?
Let me give you an analogy. For much of my life, I have lived in apartments and houses that did not have a dishwasher. The task of doing the dishes became a monumental chore. I would let the dishes pile up in the sink for days, sometimes longer, before I could finally get around to it. What should have been a regular, quick, 10-minute daily task turned into a multiple evenings.
Oh, yeah. I don't do this. I do the dishes like usually. I might let the dishes sit for like a day or two, but I wash my dishes like daily. But I don't have that many.
The problem is that it's a heck of a lot easier to buy games, books, and movies than it is to actually sit down, focus, and enjoy them. I jokingly tell people that I don't have a problem buying media. I do it quite easily. But
that's a problem.
I have a limited time to actually enjoy these things.
Yeah.
It constantly feels like I'm adding to my backlog, and it
Constantly.
turns into a stressor.
Yeah,
Video
constantly.
Games, books, and shows are supposed to be fun. So why are we so stressed out about
You beat Kingdom Hearts 2? Oh, congratulations.
I know.
Yeah.
Complaining about having too many video games sounds like a complete first world problem.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it is,
my
though.
life is so hard. My pillow is too
I have
soft.
a 50,000 games in my
and
backlog.
I own too many excellent Sega Genesis games. But the larger shifts and trends in the media landscape.
Yeah, this too, bro. My Steam. That's what my Steam library is like. It's just fucking game.
Reason
Fuck.
number one for a large backlog is the scarcity mindset.
It was good.
Physical
I heard that's
media
one of the
all
best
have a
ones.
limited
People really
press
love
run.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
There are so many copies of cartridges and discs made. There are only so many pressings of a book or a movie on disc. And quite frankly, there's a limited amount of time that shows are even available for streaming before
Oh,
they
yeah,
get
that
pulled
too.
off for a tax write-off or farmed off to another streaming service. The scarcity mindset is incredibly real. I run into this in used bookstores and retro game shops all the time. The fear is always right there in front of my mind. This might be the only time that I'm ever going to find a copy of this specific game, the voice in my head says, and that if I don't buy it right now and add it to my backlog, I'm going to regret it forever.
Yeah.
So I bought that tape. I bought that book, and I bought that game, and I added it directly to the ever-growing pile of shame. And it's not just physical media. Digital sales are an even more insidious trap. You don't even have to physically see the clutter on your shelves, but you get that instant
Should
dopamine
us just stream what? Mickey Mouse
Amazon
become a good
Kindle
guy
books
again?
and digital downloads
Wait,
of
what?
games for systems that I don't even play.
Oh, you want me to show you my
Reason
Steam?
number
Oh, hold
two
on.
is professionally
Let me see,
weaponized
bro.
Distraction. The social media industry is a monetized distraction industry made up of giant corporations like Netflix, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and yeah, even YouTube. They get paid by figuring out just how much of your time they can get you to engage with their platform so they can sell your attention to
Yeah, that shit's the
advertisers.
worst, too.
They are trying to monopolize your time for money. You used to join social media to see what your friends were doing, but your friends aren't really posting there anymore, and thanks to the algorithm, you wouldn't see it if they did. Instead, you are just getting a constant stream of engagement bait, custom tailored to your specific psychological profile to keep you scrolling. It is designed to trigger you with a high reaction potential, low intellectual curiosity, and manufactured outrage. We are
I'll show you some. I got some crazy shit up here too, but yeah, hold on. I'll bring it up in a sec. Oh my god, bro.
Want to sit down and work on our backlog.
Yeah, I'll try to pull this up. Hold on. I got a lot of shit, bro. There's so many games.
Hook. And the next thing you know, you have spent the last 2 hours going down a YouTube binge or getting suggested Japanese ferry boat.
Oh my god, bro.
Videos, which
There's so many games I haven't even played up here yet. Like, it's kind of insane. It's kind of insane, actually.
Actually playing the game that you wanted to play in your limited free time. Add that to the fact that my cat.
Hold on. Okay, we'll do this. I'm gonna show you what I got up here,
What I'm doing, like
and I'm just
recording
gonna
this
scroll
video
through it.
and take him out for a walk where he literally just stares at a fence. Through
Okay, you ready? You ready for the Steam? You ready to see the Steam thing? I'm gonna show you real quick.
And it is an absolute miracle that I can ever make it past
Where's
the
the
title
thing at?
screen. The algorithm and cats are fighting dirty for your attention, and frankly, they are winning.
Here we go, right here. This is my Steam right here.
Psychology about why
Here we go.
you
See,
feel
so we're gonna start right here. This is the top, right?
games, books,
And then we're just gonna scroll down,
First of all, we need to
and we're
realize
just gonna
that
scroll.
and playing
We're just gonna keep on scrolling
separate hobbies, and we
and
often
keep
get them
on
confused.
scrolling.
The thrill of the hunt, scouring eBay,
All of these Steam
importing a
games,
rare
bro.
Famicom cartridge from Japan, cleaning the contacts,
Just like, what the fuck?
and organizing it perfectly on your shelf. That is its own complete dopamine loop.
All of these
And
games,
that's
man.
the
All
hobby
of these
of
games.
itself. The friction happens when we feel guilty that we haven't
All of
actually
these
played the
games,
things
bro.
that we just enjoyed collecting. Forgiving yourself for being a collector is sometimes a huge relief. But the biggest factor against us older
Holy
gamers
shit.
actually playing our games
Here we go.
is decision fatigue. You know, when you actually
There we go.
spend
We
your
made it to the
entire
bottom. There we
day
go,
taking
guys.
care
There
of
we go.
clients, managing family health needs, putting
That's
out
it.
fires
That's
at
my
work,
Steam
and
library right
making
there.
high-stakes decisions, your brain's choice battery
That's my
is
Steam.
at absolute
It's important to
zero
remember.
by
That's my
7 o'clock
Steam
at night.
library.
Staring at a massive wall
Just my
of
Steam
physical
library.
media or booting up an EverDrive with 3,000 ROMs on it actually mimics the stress of being at work. You are not too old for video games. Your brain is simply refusing to make another choice today. Choosing what to watch, what to play, and what to read is actually stressful, and it exerts a significant amount of mental energy that should be spent into just enjoying the thing.
That's
And
true too.
finally,
Yeah, that
there's
happens.
the someday
I'll be thinking
fix.
about shit.
We
Sometimes
buy
I'll
these
think about what to do for like
massive
hours and I
100-hour
don't do anything. It
RPGs
sucks.
For the person that we wish that we had time to be.
How many was that?
We actually are. But let's be honest, at this stage in our
How
lives,
many? Let me
the
see.
only
How
role
many
that
was
we're
that?
actively playing is
591. There's 591 games in there.
is basically a museum of our idealized.
And I don't even think I've completed
Why is it always
10% of those. I don't think I've completed even 50 of those yet.
This is the turning point. And the reason you are not actually playing the games is not because you are lazy. It is not because you are broken. It is because you are playing by the wrong rules. Have you ever been to a Trader Joe's or an Aldi's? Now, these are grocery stores, but the way that they handle their inventory is completely different, and it gives them a massive psychological edge. So if you go into a massive supermarket, they're probably going to carry over 100 different kinds of pasta sauce. It is paralyzing. But Trader Joe's, they might have like 5 choices. By artificially limiting your choice and ensuring all the options are actually pretty good, it greatly defeats choice paralysis. People actually go in, buy their groceries faster, and have a higher degree of satisfaction with their purchases. So on October 2024, a YouTuber named Carrie the Snail inspired me. He did an excellent experiment.
I should Steam family with you?
Media that he placed on a single small shelf for an
I don't know if I'm gonna do all that.
And it was actually pretty good. I tried it.
I don't know if I'm gonna do all that, buddy.
From this exercise is that there are unique strengths in having limited options.
I'll have to do some research on the Steam family stuff. I don't know
myself choosing
how I want to, if I want to set that up or not.
And then I was doing a lot more thinking about the game or show itself rather than just browsing a menu. Now, what are we going to do about this? Beat your backlog. The now playing rule of 3 method. All right, enough background. Let's get to the good stuff.
So we got
the
rule of
solution
3.
to choice paralysis is to drastically and temporarily reduce your choices. Now, I will warn you, a couple of these steps are going to sound a little silly, but stick with me because they actually work. You are going to need a small shelf or a dedicated space like a side table. And you need a small notebook and a pen and a place to stash your smartphone like a wool sock. We are going to create a now playing shelf. The entire point of this is to take the media that you have set aside and put it in a highly visible, easy accessible location. I have this little IKEA tote on my end table, right next to my CRT and my couch in my living room. Here is a core rule of the rule of 3. You select exactly 3 games, 3 shows, and 3 books. Keep them on this common shelf. This is where you're going to go to get your media items that you're currently enjoying. And instead of being overwhelmed, you're going to be greeted with some totally not stressful, limited choices. Now, do not
Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is 2 games, by the way.
Choose 3 massive
That's the means he has 4 games. He cheated. He's cheating.
You are going to burn out instantly. You need variety. Just pick one long game, one narrative game, and always have one quick pick up and play.
I have one. It's fine. Oh, you have one? Oh, nice. Do it with your close friends. I don't do it with anybody.
Variety of stuff to get through.
I could, but it's like I feel most of my close friends have big libraries too. Like it's nuts.
For virtual media. Even if you are playing on an emulator or an EverDrive, keep the device on your shelf. Choose a physical object to stand in for a virtual choice. Put a piece of masking tape on the front of your flashcard and write your name of the game that you are focusing on with a marker. Or use a physical
Hyperstone
stand.
Heist, bro.
Find a small
Classic.
trinket, a retro figure of a game character, or even just a sticky note. You need a physical memento to remind you of that virtual game so that when you look at your shelf, the digital game exists in the physical world. This is the psychology of object permanence. Scrolling through an EverDrive menu of over 1,000 ROMs triggers decision fatigue. But holding a physical token of a game that represents a single digital game satisfies that tactile, visual part of our brain. Yeah, it's a little silly, but so is playing video games. Rule 3 is keep a progress journal. Keep a small notebook right next to all the games. Writing passwords and hints in a physical notebook is absolutely crucial. Don't just write vague goals. Write down specific directions for your future exhausted self. Write down, next time I play, go to the ice dungeon, use fire spells, and bring ethers. So when you pick up the game back up a week later, you aren't completely lost. You have your marching orders, and you don't have to jot down your elaborate, detailed, intimate feelings. Just a basic who's who and what's going on in the game. If you're watching a TV series,
that happens to me a lot too. Like if I don't play a game for a couple days, I jump back on it, or like on stream, and I'm like, what was I doing?
Write it down.
That happens all the
It's
time.
important that you use real paper with a pen and ink to avoid cell phone-based digital distractions. Hey, speaking of digital distractions, Rule 4, 2 hours focus block and the phone sock. You need dedicated time and you need a phone sock. Pick 2 hours per night to focus. During this time, do not go down YouTube rabbit holes. Do not doom scroll. Take your smartphone. Now, put the volume on loud so you can hear emergency calls from your family. And zip it inside that old Nintendo DS case or wool sock. Put it across the room.
I think I still have those cases too, the
Openly
DS
admitting
case.
that I put a $1,000 smartphone into a chunky, zippered 2005 handheld case sounds completely ridiculous, but I'm telling you, it works. It creates a physical barrier to mindless scrolling. Now, you only want to do this on weeknights. Setting aside roughly 10 hours a week, that is 40 hours a month of fighting your backlog. By setting a dedicated time block, you can watch 2 full episodes of a 1-hour TV show. You can watch an entire 2-hour movie, and you can make some serious progress in a video game. When you finally roll the credits on a game, there is a very specific analog joy in taking a physical pen and aggressively crossing it off your list. Write a giant finished in your progress journal and actively take a minute to celebrate that victory. You earned it. To show you how this works, here is exactly what's on my now playing shelf. A practical, real-world demonstration of the Rule of 3 in action. For books, I have a book called How to Shoot Video That Doesn't Suck, which is great because I'm actively trying to make videos that do not suck. So like, comment, and subscribe. I also have the original, the official Nintendo Player's Guide, full of maps and guides to classic NES games. And I have a comedy manga called Stop Hibari-kun. It is from the very early 1980s, and it just got an official translation in 2026.
Crazy.
Shows.
Damn.
I'm watching. For shows, I am watching Laid Back Camp, Ninja Kamui, and a ridiculous bootleg Malaysian DVD of Mobile Suit Gundam 0079. Laid Back Camp is an incredibly wholesome anime about a high school camping club. This is the show that actually inspired me to start hiking in real life. Ninja Kamui, or the Ninja Deserter, is a gritty 1969 anime show about poverty, suffering,
Mm.
violence, and a rogue ninja trying to escape the ninja underworld. So it actually has a cult following in Mexico and other Spanish-speaking countries, and the gritty 1980s Spanish dub is here. And the Gundam DVDs, well,
That's interesting.
my official Blu-ray has a manufacturing error on disc 1. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for out-of-print replacements, I bought a $30 Malaysian set, and the subtitles were translated from Japanese to Chinese and then to English. It is a funky hodgepodge translation that is so phenomenally bad, it's good. And I'm really having a good time watching it on my CRT TVs. And for my 3 games, I have Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
2 games.
Technically, there are 2 games.
Yeah,
They
it's
were
2 games.
made as a 2-parter. In playing Sonic 3,
True,
connecting
true.
to Sonic and Knuckles is the definitive experience. I have Phantasy Star 4 on Sega
Fantasy
Genesis.
Star 4. Holy shit,
It
bro.
has an amazing soundtrack, awesome anime art, and it is widely considered to be the best RPG experience on the entire Sega console. And the crazy part is practically brand new to me. And for my palate cleanser, there is Street Fighter Alpha 2 or
On the
Street
Super
Fighter Zero
Famicom?
2 on the Super Nintendo. They
The
were
Super
actually
Nintendo
able
was Super
to fit
Famicom,
this incredibly
Japanese version.
detailed arcade game onto a Super Nintendo cartridge by putting the SDD1 enhancement chip inside the cart itself to help decompress all that detailed animation. Now, listening
Crazy.
to me talk about my backlog is great, but it won't help you fix yours. Now, I want you to stop what you're doing. Look around your room. Find a small side table or clear one shelf. Tonight, I want you to choose 3 games, your 3 books, and your 3 shows. Put everything else out of your mind. Put your phone away, turn on your TV, and take back your free time. This is about having fun and making progress on your backlog without getting stressed out about it. Because games, books, and movies are supposed to be fun. I hope that this video helps you to beat your backlog. Pick those books, games, and shows and get busy. And if you want to see more videos like this, remember to subscribe. We're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers. And give this video a YouTube hype if you can. This is 8-Bit Joystick. Stay awesome. Play retro.
Nice. All right, yeah, that was good. Yeah, I might try to incorporate some of this stuff, man. Got this video in my backlog. Hopefully I'll get to it at some point. That's funny. Oh my gosh. All right, shit, man. Look at this. Look at this. All these Star Fox. Switch to SNES, N64, 3DS, Wii U. Oh my god. Crazy, crazy. Anyway, let's just. I'll probably take a break here. I gotta get some sleep, man. I gotta go to work early and shit, so I'm gonna get some sleep. Thanks everybody who stopped by, had a little chat. The Star Fox game is coming out next month. Crazy. Mina is coming out in a couple weeks. Crazy. What the fuck? Hey guys, when will we get Star Fox remake on the Switch 3? 10 years. In about 10 years, we'll get that. Because it's been about... When did Star Fox Zero come out? It was like 10 years ago? That was on the Wii U? It's been about 10 years. Every 10 years. We had... And the 3DS one came out like a few years before that. They keep remaking Star Fox. It's not Star Fox 64. It's the original Star Fox. Remember that. It's not Star Fox 64 they were making. They were making the original Star Fox. Star Fox 1 on the SNES. Star Fox 64, I think it's a remake of the original Star Fox. That's what it is. I don't think it's different, but there's so many similarities. It's like the same stories being told, basically. It's the same thing happening. So it's kind of insane. Like, they literally just keep remaking the original game over and over again. It's so weird. Some franchises peak at the first game. This is the worst than the last. Yeah, this is definitely worse than The Last of Us. They just have never gone past. There've been other Star Fox games, but for some, I don't know why. I don't know why they just can't make a new, like, just add new characters. They did that with Star Fox 2 though. They added new characters. There's a little bit of different gameplay stuff in there, which they incorporated into Star Fox 64. But the story is like the original story. You know, it's like they didn't add the new characters they had in Star Fox 2. They didn't add them in Star Fox 64. They just added like Star Wolf, but that was it. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. They like 64 was peak. I would say that was an incredible game. There was an amazing game. The original Star Fox is really good too, though. It is really good. There's these really weird things that you could do too. There's these weird gimmicks like the warp zones. Star Fox 64 has them too, but the original Star Fox has some insane like warp zones you could go to. It's pretty crazy. Oh yeah, bye bye. All right, yeah, thanks guys. Till next time, I'll try to stream again. I did say I'm going to start playing Wuwa because they're going to do a collab with Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I want to play it. And I want to get the Cyberpunk characters, so I'll probably play some Wuwa. I still got to finish Crosscode. What else was it? Yeah, that's kind of it for now. Anyway, I'll probably try to stream again tomorrow, maybe. We'll see what's going on. Till next time, peace out.